Hey y'all, what's up? What y'all doing? How we feeling? What's the vibe? What's the energy? Hey Portia. Portia was in here ready and waiting. Let me put the link in the chat so you can go ahead click it. So I will be putting the link to join in the Facebook group as well as in the chat. Okay, hold on. They're making me log in the Facebook chat. How y'all doing? If you can hear me upon your arrival, type 2. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna put it in the Facebook group and then I'll make sure I pin it. Okay, it's pinned to the top. Wait, almost pinned to the top. Cool. It's pinned, and then hold on. Let me click the link to join. All right, all right, all right. I wish I could pin it, but I can't pin it. Okay. So how y'all doing? Okay, cool. Y'all can all hear me. All right. So we're gonna do some live consults today, like normal. Like, so if you have a specific question in regards to your credit repair journey, credit profile, just credit in general, click the link so I can bring you up. And then we'll just talk. All right. I see someone, Shalar, Shalari, Shalaria. Shalaria. Is that how you pronounce it? Shalaria. She left. Okay. Click the link if you want to join. I'll be in Atlanta soon. Are you talking about for InvestFest? InvestFest is fun. But in the meantime, I'll answer questions in the comments. So I tried disputing a bankruptcy. I tried disputing a bankruptcy. I took it off from LexisNexis, but cannot take it off from the credit bureaus. Everything you said, but it's still there. Okay, how recent has it been removed from LexisNexis? Ira. Hey, Shalaria. You up here?
Hi.
Hey. Did I pronounce your name right?
Shalaria.
Oh, Shalaria. Okay. I like that. I really like that. How you doing tonight?
Hi, pretty good. How are you?
Good. Do you have a question in regards to credit profile, anything?
I do. I'm over here getting my questions together. Can you give me a few minutes? I literally
I'm
just joined.
not gonna boot you, but I'll just remove you and then I'll be back in about 3-4 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Robin, are you ready? Or Misha?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh
This is
yeah.
Misha.
Hey, Misha.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm,
How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I'm a part of the academy. I just haven't really had a lot of time to get on, but I do have one question. So
Okay.
my HOA wants to had a lawyer send me a letter because that back in last November, they said that they didn't want our trash outside, right? So I pulled my trash can in the garage. But ever since then, it's like 9 homes with their trash cans like still on the outside. I took pictures of them and stuff like that. I just don't know the wording or what I should say to them to say, hey, I'm disputing this because my trash can has been inside ever since I got the letter.
Well, I want to make sure I understand. So, a lawyer sent you a letter.
Yeah, but apparently he sent it to several residents as well.
Now that I mean, because we can come up with words, but it's almost like, are you getting representation? I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction and
No, I just want them to know that y'all are charging me, incorrectly because matter of fact, I'm the only one of the neighbors who pulled my trash can in when they first mentioned it.
now that I'm not sure, only because, like I said, they hired an attorney, so I don't want to give you a response and it's the wrong response.
So the attorney once said you can send something back if you have any disputes or whatever like that. I just didn't know. I think I'll just try to just send a letter and just kind of say maybe what I said to you.
Yeah, I mean that's what I will start there for sure to see if they're trying to pursue it further legally
Okay.
further, and then you may need to look for representation. But it's possibly just like a scare
Mm-hmm.
thing, and they just kind of want your response. But I
Okay.
definitely will respond for sure.
Okay. I sure will. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am great. Question: I am in the academy,
Mm.
and I think I messed up. I was only had like two things on my credit report,
Mm.
and that I wanted off. I mean, I'm like almost at the 700. Like one is at 7, and the other ones are like right at the bottom. But
Mm.
I think it's Southwest. It's for a bill from a phone bill. Southwest Credit. It's on two of my credit reports, but it's not on the other one, on one of them. And so I've been sending it back and forth, sending it back and forth. I got to the fourth letter. They wouldn't move, but it's like they added I don't know, like they added $1 or something to it.
Mm.
And I don't know if it started it.
Oh,
I'm over.
oh, okay. You kind of left and came back. You said you don't
Okay, well,
get it over.
they added, yeah, would that start it over? But I didn't pay anything or I hadn't did anything on it. Um, I'm just wondering because it's just so hard to get off or anything. Should I call them and try to settle with them?
And you said this is telecommunication, so it's like you said a cell phone provider, or
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and when they added the dot, have you viewed your credit report, your real credit report?
I did. I'll have to look back at it again. Um, I can't remember when they added it. I didn't think I'd get on with you so quick. I was like, wow, this is quick.
You want me to
But
leave you up here and then pull you back up to give you time to look if you want?
okay, that'll work.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You'll stay in the background, and I'll pull you back up. Shaleria?
Shalarie.
Okay. So are you ready, or you need some
I
more?
am. So I think I have two questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. So my first question is, so I joined Credit Academy a few months ago, and I
Mhm.
did my first round like back in February.
Okay.
Since then I have not been active. Like I, didn't follow up with it. I just, life just been life in, and I, other things just came up. I want to, start that process again. I think my first question was, would I start back at the round one
In
now being it's been so
February.
long?
So I typically recommend, like, if it's over 90 days, to just start from scratch. Just start from round one.
Okay.
So yeah, since you said February, it's yeah.
Okay, and I also have like a few collections, a few charge off. Do you recommend me using the charge off kit or just pretty much following the process, um, the round one, round two, and then use the charge off kit if that doesn't work and those doesn't, get disputed?
So with the charge off kit, I do recommend that you do at least 2 rounds of
Okay,
the factual disputing in terms of the generated letters, and then if it's not like deleted after that, then you will move on to the charge off kit. With collections, it's four, so it's vital that you get those first 4 rounds in before you start to advance dispute them.
okay, okay,
That,
and
that that's the difference between like collections and charge offs.
okay. So I will use the collections
The
kit
collection. Mm-hmm.
to dispute the collections, and then the charge off to dispute the charge offs.
Yep, correct. So yeah, the advanced collection kits will go, of course, towards collections, and then the charge off kit is for accounts that have been charged off prior.
Okay. And I think my next question is, so I started, pretty much, I know you said, when fixing your credit,
Hmm.
you will start, building it also. So I
Yeah.
opened up a Navy Federal account,
Okay.
and I also opened up with them a pledge loan and also a secured account. And literally 2 days ago, they sent me a letter stating that the account was like restricted due to, um, a letter that they received from early banking systems. So
Early
until I
warning.
cleared, early warning systems. Until I
Mhm.
cleared that up, that account would stay restricted.
Hmm. So is this a recent thing that happened? A recent early warning system record, or they just didn't catch it at the beginning?
So that's what I was so confused about. So they let me open up an account and everything with them, and then literally 2 weeks later, after I received the car and everything, I went to call them to ask them when would I make the payment for the pledge loan, and they're like, your account is restricted. We received something for early warning services, and until you get that cleared up with them, your account would stay restricted.
Oh wow. Yeah. So I do know, of course, most banks do check EWS. It could have been a matter of them reaching out to them for a report on you, and maybe they didn't get it back in time. Maybe they just approved you on the spot. But do you know what record they're referring to, or is this foreign to you? Like the
I don't know because I literally just reached out to them for them to send me that record from early warning system. So I don't know what's on there yet because I just reached out to them to get that report.
so you know you can dispute early warning systems as well. With the third party kit, if you go back and watch the webinar for third party, we cover EWS a lot. Because they're either going to make you, of course, settle that or pay whatever they're claiming you owe, or you can dispute it and possibly get it deleted.
Okay.
I didn't know Navy Federal retroactively checked that though, so that's interesting to know that they're doing that now.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can dispute them. I mean, they are under FCRA.
Okay. And so I don't know. So once I do dispute them, would they still allow me to have an account with them, or would they close an account? Is that something that you're familiar with?
Who, Navy Federal?
Yes.
So they're until the record is either deleted or settled, then they'll just keep your account on hold or like
Okay.
whatever the case may be. It'll stay in the same status that it's currently in until you settle whatever with EWS.
Okay. Sounds good. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have a great night.
You too.
All right. Robin, did you need more time?
Yeah, I won't even worry about that part
Oh,
because I can't find it. I just kind of like got off the road from work. But
mm,
another question, I missed because I've been sending the letters. Like I said, I was on the fifth round. I think I
mm,
was going into the fifth round, and I missed the one for. I think it was August. I missed like 1 month.
mm-hmm.
Should I start all over or
August? No, you don't
what
got to
should?
start over. You're still
Okay,
it was August.
so just print out and just start from there.
Yeah, it's still you're still within the time frame that you're able to continue on from August. Yeah,
Oh,
it's last month.
okay, and on it, the letters that they say when you pick the letters, they give a recommendation. Is it best just to go with the recommendation of what the letter is?
It is just a recommendation. So if you press the drop down, there are other options. What are you disputing?
Hmm.
So I can.
It's a T-Mobile bill. It's like $1,500. Like I have some ViStar bills, but I paid them. They're paid off, but they won't take them off.
Yeah,
So
mobile is one of those ones. They typically it's they're like the hardest of like the cell phone providers, I would say, to be removed, only because they're really good with their records historically.
who T-Mobile?
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
Yeah, Sprint is pretty much like the easiest right now, but that's because they're no longer. Um,
okay.
what was I gonna say? So how you've disputed it? How many rounds? You said through.
I'm at the fifth round, but I was disputing it
Mm-hmm.
before I joined the academy because I've been following you for probably like about right at 3 years. So I started disputing them before,
Mm-hmm.
and then I joined the academy, and those are the only things that's left. The T-Mobile, but it's on all of my except my TransUnion. It's on Experian and Equifax.
Have you tried the? So I would just move forward with the advanced dispute tactic, especially particularly the three-way letter. You'll when you download the advanced dispute kit, a collection kit that's in the group files or in the portal.
Okay,
You'll see what I'm referring to when I say the three letters method.
okay,
I would just do that.
okay,
Yeah, I would try that
okay. Thank you.
for sure. Did you have any other questions?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. All right. Well, you enjoy the rest of
All
your night.
right. You too.
All right. Hey, I want you to pronounce your name because I feel like I know it, but I just say L every time I see your name. I just say L. But how you pronounce it?
Ely Spencius.
Oh, I like Elise. I like that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good. Got tacos on my hand, but good. How are
Okay, so I
you?
have 3 questions.
Mail dash.
No,
Oh,
so
okay.
my first question is, okay, so when COVID first hit,
2020, right?
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
at that time, they Kia Finance automatically put my car loan into a deferment.
Mm. Okay.
But what they did not tell us is that those deferments would count against us. Like, I was told that it wasn't supposed to, but
Mhm.
all the months that my car loan was in deferment, they are showing up on my report as late payments. My
Whoa.
car, yeah, my car note is still it's still open right now. I have like 6 months left on it, so I didn't want to try to dispute it, and then they close out my account and they take my car type of thing.
Hold on. No, because they can defer it and then still give you a late payment. The whole a deferment is a deferred payment, meaning there is no payment due for a specific amount of time.
That's what I was told too. That's how the agent explained it to me. But
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother is the co-signer on that car, and I didn't even know about the late payments until she hit me up, and she was just like, when they deferred that loan, that's showing up as late payments on all of my reports that it's reporting to.
No, that's crazy. That's
And I reached out to Kia. I've tried sending them emails to that Sean email. I've tried actually calling them, and it's just like there's no way around it. And I saw in the like the suggestions that you had not to dispute an open account, so I don't really know where to go with that.
this is of course a unique issue. Now, let me see. So you've contacted them, and I'm assuming what you're no reply. Have you mailed the headquarters
I did. I even emailed that email that was in the other group, like before you got Credit Academy.
emails?
And they don't respond to those emails. And when I called the agent, she said that's a back office that handles all the reporting, that they don't deal with that part, and that I would have to write in. She gave me the address. I wrote in, but I have not received any responses, and I've written in like 6 different times.
That's crazy. Okay. Do you have in writing at all that they said like hey, we're deferring your payment? Like, do you have that in writing at all?
So
Ugh.
I just she just told me that she would leave notes on the account, and I asked could I request those notes, and she said that they don't do that.
So dang, they
And
don't
at this
any
time, I was
writing?
honestly like 18, 19. I'm 26 now, so it's just like,
But that's I mean, ooh, can, you still up here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it kind of clicked off. That's still not right though. Like if they're deferring it, they cannot legally count that as a late payment. The only issue is now how do we prove that it was a deferment? You know what I mean? That's like the hiccup at this point
Yeah, because
because
I have when it did my student loans,
Mhm.
I have those or whatever, but I don't have anything in writing from Kia, and I don't think I was 18 or 19. I think I want to say I'm 26 now. I got my car when I was like 24, I think. So yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a way that you can get proof of deferment because that's essentially what you need. If you have proof of deferment or proof of them stating that they are deferring the payment, then you could have sent that to the credit bureaus or and file a complaint with the CFPB, which it may have to progress to that. The only thing is needing proof. Like, so let me think. So they won't send you. They won't even send you. They won't send you anything. Like,
No, originally when I would call in, I wouldn't even be able to speak with them. It was so crazy because my grandmother is the co-signer.
mm-hmm.
So how they were telling me is basically that I would have to get permission from her to speak on in regards to the account.
Okay.
So I finally got my grandma as to where my grandma allowed it as to where I would be able to call in. So I started calling in, and um from what I was originally told when it first happened was the fact that they would defer the payment for me, type of thing, because I had got laid off. So I called in, trying to see like what options I had, that way it wouldn't affect me, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They told me that they could defer it. They deferred the payments, but the payments are showing up as late payments. So I didn't realize it until my grandmother was the one who made it known, like aware to my attention.
Do
So
you have
that's
a
when
funding account with them, like a login possibly?
I do.
Do they send messages? You know how some companies will send messages, account updates, and stuff like
No.
that. Damn.
So I use the email to email that Sean person that,
Mhm.
but he doesn't. They do not respond. And whenever I call in, they basically tell me that it's a back office that does the report, and they don't handle that part. So I asked, could I speak with the back office, and they said that there's not a direct number to them,
Do they
that
have
I
a
would have to write in.
Do they have a fax number?
They do. She gave me a fax number, and she gave me a mailing address. So I've mailed in like a million different times, but they will not respond.
Dang, this is such a.
And it's open, so I don't want to.
How many late payments did they report?
3.
Back to back?
Yes.
So you have a 90-day late payment.
So it went from 30
Mhm.
to 60 to 90
Mhm.
back to on time.
I'm trying to think of a way that you're able to get record of the deferment. Within your account, like payment history, like the history of your payments doesn't say anything about deferment. Have you looked?
I haven't looked.
Look at that just to see if it's like any like because I'm just trying to figure out if they deferred it. It almost has to be some way that it's like recorded somewhere,
Hmm.
and you need access to that because just going off their word and versus your word, you're always going to come out on with you know with the lesser because of course they're going to say, oh well, she didn't pay. So your mission is to literally you have to get some sort of proof of the deferment because then they're just going to say that you were late. So I'm thinking like maybe check your pay account history within the app, the login, whatever. um I would even try to like speak. Have you spoke to a supervisor or just regular like reps?
I've spoken to a supervisor. The supervisor was the one who actually gave me the fax number and the mailing address.
You might have to press this issue again. Like, and I would try to speak to the supervisor. Because I mean, this is it's not okay. If they deferred it, they can't report late payment. Like they
Okay.
can't do both. This may have to be an issue that you just continue to press, like for sure, because that's not like the only way that you're going to rectify it is if you get some sort of proof that they agreed to a deferment.
Okay.
Whether that's email, account history, whether that's you asking them to mail you a copy of your account history, your payment history, um, something. But it like you have to get some sort of proof for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would try to press that and then let me know. And if I think of something else, because I'm trying to think right now, but I can't really think of any other thing. But if I think of something else, I will tell you in the group.
Okay.
You gotta think on that because it has to be some way. Like it literally just has to be some way that this is documented somewhere that you have access to, or some legal a legal way that you're able to get record of the account. So let me look into it and also think about it a little more. And then if I think of something or whatever, I'll add you in a group.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's not cool at all.
Right. And then my next question is, okay, so I did a big no. I got a credit card for someone. They maxed the card out. They stopped paying on it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I was young, but Navy Federal did not charge the card off until last year.
How old? It was years old.
Yeah, I had that card for a long time. Well, not me, but the person that I got it for had it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And they
so
charged off.
they charged it off. So when they charged it off, I'm deployed, so I didn't even get a.
Where you deploy if it's not private information? Where you at? Because
So right now I'm in Arizona. I'm working with Border Patrol.
okay.
But in
I was just
November,
curious about that because I know you are deployed, but yeah.
in November I'll go overseas.
Oh, you are? You know where you going?
I do, but I can't say it online.
Okay, yeah.
But if we talking, I'll message you and tell you about it.
Okay. I was just curious because I was gonna ask you the other day, but then I was like, maybe she can't say that publicly.
Yeah, I can't say it online.
I know the military be secret.
But
Okay,
as far as Navy Federal, I have all the money to pay them, every single dime.
Okay, wait. So this is Navy Federals who charged off the account last year. Okay.
So it's a high balance on charge off, but I have every single dime. I can pay everything. Only thing is when I called into Navy Federal to pay it to them, Navy Federal said that they own the debt, but MRS is collecting on it. So, but when I look at my credit reports, it doesn't say anything about MRS. I haven't received a letter stating that it was transferred or anything. So I don't know who to dispute, like how to dispute it. Like when I look at my credit reports, it's reporting inaccurately across all of the credit bureaus.
Like in terms of just inconsistent, like it's different days.
It's not consistent at all.
I mean, you said my thing is always like if it's a high balance charge off, unless you are ready to pay, you might not want to mess with it, right? So being that you say you can, like if it comes to that, you can, then I would challenge the inconsistencies then.
Okay. And
Because
then
the
my
worst case
last question.
scenario is they try to pursue you legally and then you just settle. You know what I mean? Like they'll always give you a chance to settle the account prior to taking you all the way to court because they have to spend money to take you to court. Just as
Okay.
long as you are, and it may not even ever get to that, by the way. But I just I have to be realistic and say that is a real possibility, especially dealing with high balance charge offs. But if it's inconsistent, I would challenge it.
Okay. And my last question.
Mhm.
I can use Mail Dash to send the letters.
By the way, I was gonna tell you that. You know what? I'm glad that your name actually reminded me of that. So starting today, we just rolled it out within the system, so you're able to send it within the system on Mail Dash,
Okay.
and it just happened today. So you may it shows on my end, but it may take y'all maybe to tomorrow. But it should be available right now because I checked before. But yeah, if you want to use Mail Dash, you can do it internally now.
Okay. And so my question with that is, when it comes to me being able, so my issue is I'm not having an issue with sending my letters. I can send them.
Steven.
But my issue is receiving, only because I'm deployed in the address that I'm trying to get it back to my PO box right now. The
Mm.
credit bureaus they're not budging on sending me anything back to that address.
Yeah, because I don't. They're so difficult with PO boxes, and it's so crazy because you have to verify your identity to get one. Um. So okay, I get what you're saying. You're not concerned with sending them. You're concerned with getting the response.
Correct.
Um. Well, I mean, let me ask you. So the rounds that you've done previously, they've still processed your investigations, right?
Nope.
They're what did they just didn't do anything?
So I kept getting a letter back. Basically, the first letter I got was a letter basically stating that I needed to send in proof of identification.
Mm.
So I had to send the same letter that I had already written, plus more documents, basically telling them that I know it's a stall letter type thing. So
Mm.
then once I sent that one, I got a letter basically stating that they could not give return mail to that address that I had provided, and that I would have to show something showing where I received mail to that address. That's just my PO box, so it's not. I don't have a bill or anything that I get from that address. So then I called in to see, to see if they would, but she kept trying to get me to do my disputes over the phone. I didn't want to do that, so I just left it alone. And now it's like I'm stuck because I can't. I did 2 rounds back to back, and I can't get responses back.
My bad. It's like so my internet kind of clicked off. Um, I heard. Last thing I heard was 2 rounds back to back.
I did 2 rounds, and um, on the third round was when they gave me the response, basically stating that they would not be able to respond to that PO box address. So
So
it's
you
just
don't
like,
have any other addresses that's on your credit report that you're able to have you set up maybe set up mail forwarding from like another address is on your credit report and then set up the mail forwarding to your PO box. Have you tried that?
I was gonna try that, but with me going over this overseas in November, I didn't know how it would work over there.
Oh, because you're going overseas.
Right, I didn't want it to take too long for it to be forwarded from that address to where I'm at, and then I have to start the whole thing over because I'm over 90 days.
That is interesting. I mean, you do got time for at least one round, two possibly, but one for sure to do
Okay.
the mail for. I mean, I would get started because you might got time for two. Like it depends on how fast they process, and they've been processing them faster than usual. Like they've kind of gotten back on track for the most part. So I mean, I would set a mail for it and like literally tomorrow send off your letters, and then it's gonna take an extra like 4 days or so to get to your PO box. But then the system will already have updated. You just need to get them to process the letters, because you don't necessarily need the physical response because you'll see the update on if they removed it, if they deleted it, if they etc. Like you'll know that per the system.
Okay.
You just won't have the physical paper, but we just need to get them to process your investigations. So
Okay.
I would set up mail forwarding and then use the address that's already on your credit report as the return, and just so they can start processing them.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that for sure.
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have a great night.
You
Or
too.
what time is it? Because it's dark where I'm at.
It's
Oh, you in Arizona.
it is 5:30 over here.
Yeah, you in Arizona. Okay. I was gonna say it's light as heck. Okay. Well, you have a great
Yeah.
evening. All right, and Nikki, you're next. Hey, Nikki, can you hear me?
Hey, Shonda.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, Nikki, I don't know what happened. If you still here, come back up. Tony, are you ready? Hey, Tony. It's two Tonys in here. Is that the same person? Hey, Tony. I'm gonna leave you up, but I come back. Hey, Michael Jordan.
Hey, how you doing?
Is that your real name?
Yes, it is.
That's cool. How you doing?
All right, yourself?
Great, great, great.
I want to ask you about a collections. How can I get a collections account removed from my credit report?
So my favorite way is to dispute them. So there's multiple ways. Let me start off by saying that you can either try to get a pay to delete, which is offering the company a payment in exchange for them to delete and get off your credit report, or you can challenge it for deletion. So if they're not able to validate the account, regardless if it's yours or not, then if they cannot validate it, then they have to remove the account from your credit report.
Okay.
So you could choose either or. Um, have you challenged this account at all in the past? What account is it? Let's start
It's
there.
a portfolio recovery account. Basically, it began at at basically PayPal. When PayPal credit, and for
Hmm.
some reason it jumped up to $825. But here's the thing: when Portfolio first contacted me back in probably 2021,
Hmm.
I refused to answer the validation call, and thought nothing of it. And about 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was giving up on the only four credit cards I had. I was letting everything go, but
Hmm.
I was looking at somebody else's video, and it got me motivated to, you know, at least catch the balances up on those cards. And I went to annual credit report as you suggested, and I pulled up my three reports,
Hmm.
and I found that I have those four accounts. They're reporting as late for right now until probably the update. And then I had this collection account from Portfolio.
Hmm.
So I sent a debt validation letter to them, and I talked to them actually yesterday. And
Hmm.
I must say, I did I sent that darn debt validation
Hmm.
the same day that I got in contact with your videos, and
Hmm.
one of your videos like, well, don't ever send a debt validation letter to a creditor like that if you're going to dispute them, or I think it was something to that
No, no,
extent.
I like that validation letters.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I know you do, but I'm saying that the way you said it, it was like I was like, darn, I did the steps wrong. I contacted them that way before I challenged on a different way.
So
Yeah.
you you really didn't do it wrong only because number one is portfolio recovery. So
Mhm.
just a little about them. They're a debt buyer. So I'm assuming the account that they have was charged off previously by another creditor, another company.
Yeah, it was charged off by PayPal. And here's the thing: I thought charge-offs were basically related to like debt cancellation, 1099 Cs.
Yeah, so you're likely not gonna get a 1099-C for every charge off account, but you could. But
Okay.
regardless, it's still separate on your credit in terms of your credit report. So you can get a 10 you can get a cancellation of debt and all of that, and it can still legally report on your credit report. Um, Portfolio recovery typically only buys prior charged off accounts because they buy the debt, so they own it. And with them owning the debt, they typically are like a one trick pony, I call them, which is they'll sue you. Like that, they typically in 92% of their cases, they just take them to court. So typically, like when you're challenging them and things of that nature, you'll usually receive letter. Um,
All right. I'm gonna speak to you in code right now.
okay.
Um, M2. You familiar with the first word and the last number? All right.
Hmm.
I just sent them um Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. um the five secondary bureaus, the
Mm-hmm.
M2 letters to dispute the late and the that collections. Are you familiar with M2?
You talking about Metro 2 compliance?
Okay, I can say it. Metro 2. I
Oh, you
didn't
can
know.
say that.
All right, Metro 2. So I sent off the Metro 2 letters today.
Uh-huh.
What's the likelihood of, because they basically got it listed on two of the bureaus, but not one, and the letter is challenging that. I didn't set it up. I just put in information and pulled up all three of my reports at the same time, and that's the information they sent it to them. So my question to you is, what is the likelihood of the bureaus just snatching it off without them knowing it?
Well, so number one, a company doesn't have to report on all three bureaus. A lot of people think that that's considered an inconsistency, and it's not. They don't have to report to all three. The law,
Okay,
if they are reporting to multiple bureaus, the information has to be consistent. So the balances, the dates, and all of that. So that's what they mean by inconsistency. They don't have to report to all three credit bureaus. No creditor does.
okay, and my reports, like not my reports, but my FICO scores are like they were in the beginning at 386 for
Mhm.
TransUnion, 387 for Equifax, and then like maybe 389 for TransUnion.
Okay.
No, from Experian. Now my scores are like 410 TransUnion, 423
Mhm.
Equifax, and then 554 at Experian, and
Mhm.
and that was just with me, paying my four card balances off. Now I'm in the process of taking some of your advice and about to utilize some of your templates to try to get some things deleted, like the late payments, and remove. Luckily, I don't have any. I got less than probably $3,000 worth of debt, but
Mhm.
being on SSI, limited income,
Mhm.
and then when I did get hit years ago, I gave no thought to my credit until,
Right.
like I said, 3, 4 months ago. So now my goal is to get my credit score up to about, as high as I possibly can, and
Mhm.
getting this collections removed. I don't know if I should take your advice and do a, what do they call that,
Pay to
a
delete.
pay for
Portfolio
delete.
does do pay to
Yeah,
delete for sure. So, but let me ask you a
but they
question.
told me. Go ahead.
No,
I was
wait.
gonna say, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but on that phone conversation, they told me that if I did do I didn't know the word at the time, but a pay for deletion, that
Mhm.
if I whatever we agreed upon and I paid it, it would take 30 days after I paid it for them to remove it for the account. She said that's their policy. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
that's standard. That's standard. That's any company. It takes 30 days for your credit report to update. So that's
Okay,
standard. Yeah, that's standard. It
okay,
can some companies will take up to 60, but 30 days is standard for any change to expect to see any changes on your credit report. So
okay.
that's I wouldn't even like be worried or concerned about that because that's just normal. But what I was going to say is, so you do have credit cards, right? Did
Yeah.
you say you open credit cards?
Yes, and I just got a secured credit card from Capital One. $200, charge a little this that. I'm gonna use it to pay bills and automatically take that money and put back with your bill credit, as
Hmm.
you know, and build my credit there. I guess that's considered like what a primary trade line or something.
Yeah. So
Okay.
okay. So if what is your utilization? Do you know like your last reported?
Okay, my utilization right now, if I'm correct, is at is at, I don't want to say it wrong,
Mhm.
at 51%, or I like I'm not looking at it, but my
Mhm.
utilization used to be high and with the overdrawn balances, but I brought it down. It's slowly shrinking, so they want me to get under 30%. All right, and like I said, I'm not in major debt like most people you used to dealing with. It's just like less than $3,000, but that
Mhm.
$825 put it at three. With the four credit cards, it puts it at 2,000, and that's slowly shrinking. So that's my goal, is to basically get those cards brought down to
Mhm.
a $0 balance and start using them to pay off necessary bills to help build credit that way.
Mhm.
All right, but
Um,
I love your show. I really do. I'm finding that you're giving darn good advice, and I'm darn sure foul on it. And I can't wait to go on your website or and start getting some of your dispute letters. You want to hear something funny?
yeah.
All right. Now you know my name is Michael Jordan, right?
Uh-huh.
You heard of Stevie J?
Yeah.
All right. Stevie J and I, we went
Uh-huh.
to Franklin High School. I'm from Rochester, New York.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Okay.
all
In New
right.
York.
His brother Michael Jordan and I were both in the same music class. His brother played bass guitar, I played keyboards. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that, I can tell you where they at because they became famous, left Rochester, and I'm still here. But they good people, not related, not related.
Mm-hmm.
But I have met his father, may his father rest in peace. They some good people, but it just shows you how small this world is, right?
Very small.
Yes.
Very
And
small.
go ahead. You like I said, you doing darn good work. So I guess
Thank you.
my goal is to get my credit score in the 700s, 800s, and once I get
That's
there,
what I'm trying to figure out because you have an active credit card.
I
Um,
have four of them.
it's 50, so you know that is still high. To maximize your score to get the most out of your credit cards, under 10% is advised. But I
Hmm.
understand that you're working that down. Um, there has to. Do you have recent late payments or recent collection, like new collections or charge offs? Because I'm trying to see what's weighing so
Um,
heavy on your score with you having.
okay, right now, only have that one collection on my account and the four credit cards. That's it. Even though I have some stuff in the woodwork that's trying to sneak in, but see, here's the thing with portfolio recovery. I didn't know nothing about debt validation letters. Like
Mm-hmm,
with my mother, I'm helping my mother out, right? Because she has like a debt with LVNV,
mm-hmm,
and I did the answer letter process for her, but I thought that was it. Didn't know nothing, and then they hit us with a summary judgment. So I had to learn how to create an affidavit because I didn't know they sent us a bunch of junk affidavits claiming that they own the debt and all that yada yada stuff. So I didn't
mm-hmm,
know that you had to answer an affidavit with an affidavit. I
mm-hmm,
mean, that's what I learned. So I had to create an affidavit, and I on my mother's behalf, and I answered that. So now we're waiting for that process. Of course, I sent everything certified letter after she had it notarized and signed. And but
mm-hmm.
it's another thing I didn't do too, and I heard you say, I think you said the credit bureaus. I mean, you might have mentioned debt collectors too that you don't want to send them something with your signature on it.
More so with the collection agencies, like the debt collectors.
Okay, so I made that mistake, but we both made that mistake. But I look at it like this: if they stupid enough to copy the signature off a notarized page that we sent them, and not everybody signs their name in the exact same way, to where you can match that actual signature that they copied with the paper you sent them, then
Mm-hmm.
if they stupid enough to do that, and I can prove that, or we can prove that if that happens, then that's my opinion on that. But I could be wrong.
I will say it doesn't happen as often. Like it's kind of like a old wives' tale sort of thing. Like it doesn't happen as much as of like recent. I will say that.
Okay,
You should be fine.
okay. Well, my dear, you've been pretty good of and answering stuff because I mean with only four credit cards, well now five with the secure card and
Mm-hmm.
that one collections, I'm just trying to figure out more ways to get that score. I gotta wait for this Metro 2 process to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I was able to do that on my own, but I was
Yeah.
able to do it because I actually went to somebody else's website first.
Mm-hmm.
They do consumer laws, and they had something on their thing called remove an account. I bought it just to find out that it was about 15 USC 608, I mean 6801 and 2, and
Yeah.
I created one of those letters for my mother. And I was like, and then when I called him, I was on one of his shows, and he was like, "No, I needed something else." And then, don't get me wrong, I appreciate good people trying to make that money. You know what I'm saying? And
Anything you can pay somebody to do on your credit report, you can do it yourself.
well,
And
that's what I'm saying.
I tell even my members that
Yeah,
that you can literally anything that you can hire someone to do or send on your behalf to the credit bureau, you can do it yourself.
and that's why
Always.
I was using his templates, and that money I could have, every move. I'm like Tupac in a way. Every move is a calculated step. So my every dollar is a calculated step, and if I'd have known that template that he provided
Mm-hmm.
digitally wasn't to my advantage, I would have actually purchased something else from him and did something else for my mother. But that's what made me get into Metro 2, and I have, as long as it make me feel good. I mean, it don't have to work. I can go a million rounds if I have to, but if it make me feel good, it didn't make me feel good. But Metro 2 kind of make me feel like I'm doing something. Whether it works or not, I'll find out. You see what I'm saying? But
So Metro 2 is considered like an advanced dispute method.
mhm.
Even just I will say, being that you are disputing a portfolio, they may try to summon you to court. So just try, if they do, try to settle it prior to till it gets to the courtroom. I will say that.
Well, now that I'm in this far with my mother and not knowing what I didn't know then and knowing what I know now, I'm up to the bag of trips, not all of them, but the major bag of trips or the majority bag of trips for these debt collectors. So if I had to, I would do a debt to the debt pay to delete. I'm not stupid. Get it removed, and that'll cause the score to go up. And
Yep.
they only got 4 credit cards. I only got like a two credit ones,
Mm-hmm.
one capital one, but now I got a second capital one which is secure, and then a milestone card. So
Oh,
those are my 5 cards. So
yeah.
and
Get your utilization down too, because that'll also help your score. Wait, which one was you? What was the name, y'all? Well, if you hear me, you could come back up. I don't know what just happened. But Impulse Travel, what's your name? Impulse Travels. I got approved for 25K on Navy Fed flagship card using your methods on first application. Glory. Period. Congrats. Oh yeah, it was Michael Jordan. It was Michael Jordan. Yeah, Michael. I don't know what happened, but you can come back up here. I'll save you to the end if you still have questions. Shout out to you, Impulse Travels. I wish I knew your name. But and thank you, by the way. Thank you. Shout out to you though. That's amazing. Amazing. Okay, so Tony, I'm gonna try you again. Tony, are you here? I don't think Tony here. Okay, all right. Divine Aquarius. What, can you hear me? I don't know your name. Your screen name is Divine Aquarius.
Yes. Hi.
Hey girl, what's your name?
I don't want to say
Oh,
my
you don't want
real
to. Okay,
name on here.
it's cool. It's cool. How are you today?
I'm doing good on my way home.
Okay, okay, okay.
Ooh.
And then did you
So,
have my bad?
what'd you say?
No, no, no. I interrupted you. I'm listening.
So, I have a clean slate on my credit report
Mm-hmm.
because I filed bankruptcy last year
Mm-hmm.
and it was discharged this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how I should start over or where I can start over.
Mm-hmm. So as of right now, it's not like it's just clean, right?
Yes, I have my student loans and the bankruptcy showing. So that's the only thing.
So you're in a you need to build credit right now.
Yes.
So an easy profile that I would suggest, and you can do this. You can start as soon as like tomorrow. You need to get at least 2 credit cards. Being that you're fresh out of bankruptcy, you may because sometimes traditional banks will still approve you for a credit card, but you may
Hmm.
have to get like a secured or even a subprime card. Nothing wrong with either one of those because they all still report as a revolving trade line, which is what you need. You need two
Right.
primary revolving trade lines, two primary credit cards. If it's a secure card, don't put no more than $200 on it. So just do 200, 200, and that's it, right? And then I would also get a self account or any other short term installment as soon as like you're able to. So by that, you'll have 3 primary trade lines reporting,
Hmm.
and you have your student loan. So that's also a long term installment. So you'll have 4 or more because student loans are multiple loans, but you'll have more than 4 primary trade lines reporting. And that is the easy and most efficient way to build credit. And you need to have that for at least 9 months before it technically at least 6 months, but it is all you do get better offers. I noticed when you've had a credit card for at least 9 months before you try to, go for a traditional card or before you try to close the subprime cards. Make sure
Hmm.
you have them for at least 9 months before you close them.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Not to close them. But that's like the most efficient and fastest way to like build your own credit.
Okay. I want to say I have kickoff.
Oh, okay, so you don't even need self. So okay, is it wait? Kickoff is a credit card, right? Or no,
I'm not even a hundred
credit debit.
percent.
I know they have both. So basically, check to see if it's a credit card. Like if it shows a credit limit, and of course it's a credit card. But if it just shows like monthly payments, then it's an installment. If it's an installment, then you can disregard the self. You don't need self. But I would still recommend that you get two credit cards. That's what's going to cause you to gain the most points in the short amount of time.
Okay.
So that I would definitely, and as soon as you can, and you may not have to get a secured or a subprime card. You may not, but if like let's say Capital One is not approving you, or another bank or credit union, if they're not approving you, then don't think all is lost. You absolutely still can get approved from companies like Open Sky, Milestone, First Premier, First Progress, and I'm even missing a few still. But it's a lot of companies that will approve you for a secured card even fresh out of
Okay.
Did you have any more questions?
I do, but I'm not sure if anybody would be able to help.
What's
Um, because I do have an eviction.
uh
Um,
what to do about it?
yeah.
So with evictions, the battle is primarily with the third party bureaus, right? So what I would suggest is that you I know you driving right now. I heard are you're in a group, right? The Credit Academy group. Let me pull
No, I'm not.
you know?
No.
I'll show you. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Give me one moment. I'm a well just give me one moment then, because ain't no point of pulling you down and but you driving. So it's like I don't even know how you gonna screenshot it, but I'll I guess
I'm pulling over now
oh
to
okay.
this
Let me
park.
So it's gonna be so I'll give you a list of the reports that you need to pull, and all of these reports
Mhm.
are free. You just need to pull them and challenge your eviction on these ones first, and then challenge your eviction on the credit bureau. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen. Give me one moment. Ooh, will it let me? Okay, so you see where it says tenant screening? Just this list right here.
Okay.
So screenshot that real quick. And so what those are the third party tenant screening reports. So what that means is once you get an eviction, being that an eviction is a public record, the credit bureaus are getting the information from a third party, i.e., one of these providers, right?
Hmm.
In order to, and that's how they validate your eviction. Like that's how they verify, like, okay, this is an eviction, this was hers, etc. So you have to get it deleted from these accounts. Primarily the first three, they're like the largest ones. Typically, if you get it deleted from those three, then you're good. But in some scenarios, depending on where you stay, the smaller ones under those will still come into play. The point is you can request all of these reports for free because they're all under the FCRA, and then also you have the right to dispute any information that they're reporting, the same as your credit report, because they
Hmm.
are FCRA. They are under they do go by the FCRA. So this is where your eviction is coming from. One of these companies, or even two, are verifying this information with the bureau. So if you get it deleted
Hmm.
and then you challenge it with the credit bureaus, they have no way to verify or validate the information. But you have to get it deleted from these first. And I will say these battles are typically easier than the bureaus. So I would pull those reports, challenge your eviction on those reports. Once
Hmm.
once it's deleted, then challenge it with the credit bureaus.
Wow. So, what if someone says that they don't find it on one of these tenant screening companies? What if they say that they see it on public records?
Mhm. So if it's not always are all of these companies going to hold your record, like I said, so especially depending on where you are at. The
Mhm.
one that I would be most concerned with is CIC and CoreLogic. Have you checked those two?
No, I haven't.
Okay, because the smaller ones, like they real iffy. Like sometimes they'll have them and sometimes they won't. But CIC and CoreLogic are the largest ones when it comes to tenant screening. And
Mhm.
Experian Rent Bureau, they're kind of moving up the ranks, so I kind of just grouped them with the top three anyway. But The smaller ones not having it, that yeah, it happens all the time. They don't house all the records, but the big ones they typically will have it for sure. They should have it.
Okay.
Yes, I would just request it from all, and they try to charge you. It has to be a scam because they can't charge you for your report. You requesting your report.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know.
Yep. So you can either go. Some will allow you to request it on the website, and then some will make you call in. So I just put all the websites here, and they'll let you know like if you want your report, call here or request it.
Mhm.
You'll see it on the website.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Did you have any other questions?
No.
All right. Well, yes. So yes, just go to them, and then it typically is going to take about 7 to 10 business days to get each of them, and then just
Mhm.
by mail.
Would I be able to do that through the Credit Academy?
So you'll have to mail. So they don't go to the credit bureau. The disputes don't go to the credit bureaus.
Hmm.
You now we have letters for them that but you'll still have to, of course, physically mail them out. But you have to mail all of them.
Okay.
So but yeah, you still have to mail them out. But if you need wording and how to properly challenge them, then yeah, we
Yeah.
do have a third party kit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I will definitely join then.
So, and then that way, let me know after you get your report. Because, like I said, it takes 7 to 10 business days, but it really be taking like 2 weeks. So, just kind of give it 2 weeks. But I will request all of them in the same day just so they can be on their way.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And you have an amazing rest of your evening and drive safe.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. And then, Tony, are you the one? Tony, you're next. Can you hear me, Tony? I swear, every time I click on Tony, I don't know. And then you come, Tony, can you hear me? All right. Tonisha? Tanisha.
Yes, Tanish here.
How you doing? Oh, Tanisha. Okay. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good, good.
So I had a question. So I had got a loan from One Main,
Mm-hmm.
and they got high interest rates, but I
You
had
a
to use my
military?
huh.
Military?
Yeah.
Okay. Just asking. Okay.
I had to use my car as collateral,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wondering, as far as like, say if I want to get like a loan to buy out that loan with a lower interest rate, would I be able to do that, or am I just better off sticking with them, just trying to get it paid off as fast as possible?
Let me make sure I understand. So are you referring to like refinancing the car or the
Well,
loan?
I guess so, because I wanted something that had a lower interest rate, because the interest rate that One Main has is like 15%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you're trying to basically see if someone can take over that loan for a lesser rate. So essentially, like
Refinance. Yeah, basically.
refinancing
Yeah.
your loan, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Oh, now that because I don't know the specifics with One Main's like policies in terms of that. Normally, with personal loans, they don't allow you to.
Okay.
But I'm trying to see like I don't know where your credit is. Like maybe you can get a loan from, let's say, like Navy Federal and pay them off, and then you're paying Navy Federal back at a lower rate.
Yeah.
But in terms of refinancing it, that would depend on their policy because I'm not sure about that. I do know that they do typically have higher rates. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know. But are you able to get another loan now, or you don't think you'll be able to like another
Probably.
like with a credit union specifically?
Probably not, because I tried. So originally, I tried to go to credit union and get a loan, but they
Mhm.
said that my debt to income ratio was too high. They was like, you
Mm.
got to make more money in order for us to give you a loan for
Yeah.
this amount. So that's why I
Yeah.
ended up going with One Main.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I don't think they'll let you refinance, but I don't know. Like, don't take my word for that because I truly don't know if they prevent that or allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Trying to think, is there anything else?
If you need it, I could keep you up here. I can circle back if you just need time to think of other questions.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna keep you up here. All right. Nikki, are you ready? Oh, I clicked on Anaya. Nikki, are you ready?
Hey, Shonda. Yes, thank
Hey,
you.
how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, good.
So, my question is in reference to
a suit basically that's coming with Cavalry. They purchased a Citibank card debt that was charged off. They have the balance that they have is 5,500. I was originally paying a different third party who I thought was the debt owner. Um, but they're not the one. Cavalry is the one that's suing. They did not properly serve me, so I did file a motion,
Mm.
and I am going to court about the motion. However, the judge may still want to proceed, with the regular case. And my plan is to either request postponement or to further discuss because I don't have any of the documentation that from the third party I was paying prior to Cavalry. I think I purged it during the pandemic when I got rid of papers, unfortunately. So I want to be able to validate. I don't believe what they have listed is accurate. Is my problem.
Mm. And but you don't have any way to like prove it, right?
No, what I did find was some of the higher, like when I had started the payments early on, it wasn't towards the end. So, and that was in like an email I had.
Just so let me ask you. So the company that was accepting payments on their behalf, they really had no relate. Like it was a scam.
I don't know. I don't think it was a scam. I think what I think happened is the cavalry purchase from them,
Mm.
but I don't have the previous payment information
Mm.
from the other. It was Cawley and Burke.
So the money that you've already paid towards it's not even being reduced from the balance.
It was, but I thought that there was more. So that's my
No.
dilemma. I thought that there was more. But my question, when I go to court, essentially, again, I can ask for a postponement if the judge does want to continue. Because like I said, I requested a motion to dismiss based on the fact that they didn't properly serve me. They just had someone to put loose papers in my mailbox.
Mm.
So wasn't a process server, wasn't a sheriff or anything.
Mm.
So if the judge wants to proceed, my plan is to just request, I guess, to speak with the attorney prior to any moving forward. But I guess I don't have any other way to validate based except for what they have on file. So I'm probably going to end up having to settle with them, I guess, to do some sort of payment plan. I don't know, but
Were you making a payment? Was it from your car, like from your bank account, your card?
yeah, it was auto debit.
I mean, aren't you able to like get your banking records to prove that you sent payment, like the payments, each payment?
Well, it
You
goes back
should be able to
to
go back.
2018. I may be able to ask them if I get this postponement. I may have time to get that from them because it goes back to 2018.
I would try to call my bank directly to see if they could just send me your bank statements from that year. Like they shouldn't have an issue with that. It shouldn't even take long for them to send you that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would start there just so you're able to, and you can even sometimes you can even like specify the creditor that you want them to search for, and they can go back years. So
Okay.
I would
Yeah,
have
because it doesn't allow me online, like,
yeah
all the records. I think it's 3 years
yeah
as far as it goes back.
yeah. Online is they typically like you don't get the full records, but like they should still be able to access that record for sure. Like it's not they usually keep 7 to 10 years worth of records. So
Okay.
you should definitely be able to request that they send you that.
And once I do have that, regardless, if I am requesting a pay to delete, is the expectation that the payment will be made in full, or do they typically allow negotiation where you can pay a lesser amount and they still delete it, or are they expecting full amount for
Oh,
deletion?
not always, not always. Now some companies will be sticklers, like okay, well if we're gonna delete it, then you have to pay us the full amount. But often companies will still accept a settlement and then give you a pay to delete. So it depends on the company, but or at the very least they'll allow you to make payments. I've seen that as well. So it's, you don't always have to just pay it all at once for
Okay.
them to delete it for sure. No, you it asks for it, like, hey, can do this all in one payment, but I can promise to pay X amount in X amount of months, you know. And they usually are open to it, because they at that point it's like, do they want to get nothing, do they want to get zero, or are they willing to, you know, accept your money as it comes. So as long as you typically abide by the agreement that you guys made, it's usually no issues with that. I would ask for sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have an amazing night.
Take care, you too.
You as well. Martini,
Hi,
how are you?
I am okay, and you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Great. I have a couple of questions, and thank you for calling home to the 314.
Oh, you're from St. Louis.
Yes.
Yes, home forever.
Yes, couple of questions.
Mhm.
I'm considered stuck, basically. I'm going into round 5,
Okay.
and I'm disputing the same.
What are we challenging?
We're challenging one thing that just popped up that was totally out of character. And I'm thinking it's well over 35 years old.
Hmm?
Yes, it's from the state of Illinois. Um, and they're saying that I owe them $827. And every time I look at my credit report to try to find out what it is
Mm-hmm.
and how it got there and when did the original date they put it on there,
Mm-hmm.
all that is blank.
Hmm.
Everything is blank, and it doesn't even have a address to where I can, or anything that I can call to try to figure it out what it is.
Your official credit reports?
On the official credit reports,
Okay.
but it's sitting there. It came back because I disputed it once before,
Mhm.
and the young man, I got it all taken off before, and evidently I'm thinking it's coming from the third party insurance. I mean, built-in insurance. I'm at work. Um, third party collection like LexisNexis or something like that. Maybe I need to check theirs and see if they have the information, because
Uh-huh.
I'm really truly trying to figure out what the original collection date would have been, because if I'm not mistaken, it's well over 35 years old.
Oh, yeah, if it's over 35 years, it shouldn't even see the other day on your credit report.
Right. It was during that time, it showed up during that time, right at COVID, not about a year ago.
Mhm.
And it was when they were going back through their own records and trying to find money.
Well, that's on them, because they still
Right. That's that's
no.
what I said.
That's crazy. So okay, let me.
That may be my best way to try to get that off. Maybe I'm thinking.
Wait, you had clicked off and then came back on. What was the last thing you
Do
said?
you think that might be that's the way to go to try to dispute it on off LexisNexis?
I don't think LexisNexis is the issue here.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Ignore my dog if you hear him. Um, have you tried to send this? Have you tried the advanced dispute methods yet in the group?
I think that's the one that I'm working on now.
The outdated one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Start with this,
Yes. I saw it with that one.
because this, you're claiming that it's outdated, right? And if it's truly not, then they have to show you the account status, like when the account first went first delinquent. The data
Uh-huh.
is what we're referring, what we're searching for.
Okay.
I will try this, because 30, like, that's not ever supposed to see your, like, that shouldn't have even been an issue, unless like maybe it's a new bill or whatever, and you may not be privy to the
No,
information.
it's not a new bill because I haven't been in the state of Illinois for well over 30 some years.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, sure. Oh, well, yeah. I would definitely challenge it for being outdated. And if
Okay.
being that you said you're in like round 5, right?
Yes.
So after you send this, the outdated, and they still don't do anything, then I would take it to the CFPB, because you've given them multiple chances to correct this, and
Right.
they're missing information on your credit report. Number one, that's Metro 2 compliancy restriction anyway. But you can either keep challenging with the credit bureaus, and it's clear that they're holding on to this account for some reason, but they're not revealing any information to you. Now you've done what you had to do in terms of giving them a chance to correct it, bringing it to their attention. CFPB. After I will send them the outdated one, just so you can have it in writing, saying, "Hey, this account is outdated," and if it's not,
Yeah.
prove it to me. And if they fail to prove it to you, or it's they just ignore, whatever the case, CFPB is the next step after this letter, I would say.
Okay, because they can't verify it, and that's the whole thing. They're not even trying to verify it.
Yeah, because you know why? Normally when it's like state debt, I find that the credit bureaus, they chicken away at state debt. Like they don't even. It's almost like they don't even give you a chance as a consumer to fight against a state debt, or like even
Mm-hmm.
loan sometimes, but like federal debt and like state debt, they typically like will give them the benefit of the doubt almost.
All right.
But that
Okay.
doesn't make it right. And it also the CFPB will still help you if you have all your ducks in a row. You've already said
Okay.
yours, so hey.
Okay. And the last questions I have basically is on my student loans before we came out of the pandemic, switched me over to Mohila from
Yeah.
St. Louis, from the company that was going out and was no longer doing Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
And right before I switched over, the Department of Education in the middle of the pandemic told me that I missed payments. How can I miss 2 payments? I'm under the deferment in the pandemic.
Okay, it was kind of
So
I think I heard what you said. You said you were supposed to be deferred, but they still counted two late payments.
no, I was deferred.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was fine, and then they said all of a sudden, 1 year you were late, and
Keep
I
clicking you
looked at
off. It keep clicking you off. I don't know if it's cutting off with you,
yeah,
but I think I know what you're saying. So let me make sure
yes,
it is a federal student loan, right? You said Mohila, so it should be.
correct.
Okay. And when was the late payments? When are they coming?
They's trying to say he's one said it was in 15, but I was in school in 15, so it was not that. Because they defer your account when you're in school and you pull in from the
Mhm.
student loan. It wasn't even the month I graduated. It was none of that. It was smack dab in the middle of me attending class and getting a student loan at the time. And the other one was during the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and I
So
was not in school.
right, but it should have been on a federal pause. So those are two
Correct.
different challenges. Number one, I will say one time I had to dispute a late payment while I was still in school as well. What I had to do was just send them proof that I was in school, so like a transcript, and the credit bureaus just updated it automatically. It cut you off again. Okay,
Okay,
I said it cut you off again.
I got it.
Okay, so I would get your transcripts if you're able to, or even you can log into your student loan account and they'll tell you
Yes.
when they disperse the funds, and you'll be able to see when you're in school then. So a lot of times it's just miscommunication between student loan provider and the credit bureaus, and they typically
Okay.
will update those like without an issue as long as you send them proof
Okay.
of school. The same thing goes for the federal payment pause. I will say over the phone has been working for those because a lot of people's student loans started reporting late payments during the payment pause, and then they called and was like, hey, just brought it to their attention, and it was
Mm-hmm.
so you can either try to call, or of course you can always have it in writing. You can do both. Like
Right.
even if you are going to call, I would still send a letter just to have it in writing, um,
Mm-hmm.
just in case. But yeah, just hey, this is the federal pause was from May 2020 to literally the first of this month, and it was supposed to be deferred. There should not be any late payments on any federal student loans, and that's just all across the board. So
Okay.
yeah, I would
And
just yeah.
I did that to Mohila, and the young ladies were very professional, and they went ahead and they sent me even a statement saying that I am current.
Okay,
But on my credit report, those show
yeah.
those two late payments, and it looks like I have 12 late payments, and I'm like, no, wait.
So send a statement, because I was the next thing I was going to say is see if you can get a letterhead from them, a letter on the company's letterhead from Mohila. So being that you already have that, you can send that to the credit bureaus.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
She did send me a letter stating that I am current, and it reads, and she even updated it on the system, which
Mm.
is great. So I will pull that letter when I send
Just
out
send
my
it to the
next
credit
round.
bureaus. Yep, send it to the credit
Oh,
bureaus. A lot of times it's just like an error. Like it probably wasn't even intentional. It was probably just an error, and you just have to request that they update it.
right. Because I was like, how can I be late with you all when I just became late with you all? Because Mohila was reporting it late. And I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
not late.
Also, it was some misinformation passed. It sounded like, but
Yes.
the good thing is you do have that letter, because that was actually going to literally be the next thing I said. But you have that letter. All you got to do, send a copy. Don't send your original, but just send a copy to the credit bureaus.
Okay, because that to me that is what's stagnating me right now, and I can't get above like 710 across the board, which is driving me.
Yeah. Oh, it cut off again. All right. Yeah, that's definitely gonna help for sure. That's definitely gonna help. Late payment. Shut the door, y'all, because Coco barking. I love you too. Sorry. Um. They. I just lost my train. Oh yeah. So yeah. Send that to the credit bureau because that's definitely weighing on your score for nothing. So
Right. Okay.
I will
All
send.
right. I will. Well, that's all I have for right now.
All right, and then you have a rest. You have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. And then Dominique. Hey, Dominique. Oh, it say you disconnected. Okay. Nini, are you available?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, yes, I am. Sorry, I had to make sure I was trying to read the comments.
He
Hey,
said,
Shonda,
"Ooh,
how you
how you
doing?
doing? I'm good. I'm
Girl,
good.
I'm awesome. I'm
Eating
excited. I'm
dinner.
in here.
So don't mind
I
me.
got a couple questions. Oh, girl,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead, eat. I'm hungry too, but I ain't want to miss this live. But I got a couple questions about
Mm-hmm.
charge-offs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Lay Schwab. Now, I've been disputing them forever.
Who?
So I did Lay Schwab, the tire company.
Oh, okay. I never heard that name out loud, but I read it. I know what you're talking. Okay, I'm with
Yes, so I've been disputing them for like 2 years, right? So
you. Mm-hmm.
finally, I did all arounds and I did a factual dispute, and I
Mm-hmm.
got a letter back from Les Schwab saying that they don't have anything with my name or account number. So I posted that in the Credit Academy. You said, "Ooh, girl, that's good. Go ahead, send it to the
Oh, okay, yeah.
bureaus."
Mm-hmm.
So I sent it to the bureaus. They turned around and updated. I did a dispute. I did the same thing you said,
Mm-hmm.
which would say, hey, can you please delete this account? As per the original creditor, they couldn't find me, blah, 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 blah. So
Mm-hmm.
these jokers turned around and updated it. I
For
said, now
what?
how you go up? They updated the Lay Schwab account.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what did they update on their account?
Experian. Oh, girl, they talking about it's validated, it's verified, it's me. So I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I did another dispute with both Experian and Equifax. I said, how are y'all go validate something like 2 days later?
Mm-hmm.
When I sent the letter, sent everything. So I'm like, hold on. Now this is the third time I'm disputing the same thing since
Right.
August.
Mm-hmm.
Like August 16th, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So
So
they're not even processing your
what's
disputes.
the next step? They
Um,
not. They not.
let me see about. Let me see. So you have two
Because
options.
yes.
You can either send the credit bureaus an intent to sue letter, like just kind of like a threat,
Hmm.
telling them like, hey, this account can like, they can't even find me. So how are you validating this information? Where are you getting it from? Blah blah blah. Or you could file a CFPB report at this point because you already. I'm assuming you have all your records of you sending them letters and
Yeah.
okay. You could do
Yes. Yes.
you obviously could do both, but with like I would probably go at this point because you've been going back and forth with them, so it's very clear that they're not even processing your disputes on that account. I would
Hmm.
probably go to the CFPB at this point because you've already given
So
them
when
you sent the letter from the company saying that they couldn't find you. I don't like what
Yep.
else is there to even talk about, and they're steady saying it's verified, but not sending you how they verified it. I would you can go to the CFPB.
so do I go to the CFPB? Do I go to the bureaus on
So I would
there?
file a complaint. I would file a complaint against all three credit bureaus, and then
Hmm.
and honestly, you can do it against the company, but they've already told you that they couldn't find it. So really, maybe try to just stick to the credit bureaus for now, and
Okay.
put the up because it's in a field you'll have to upload like your proof, upload the letter that the
Hmm.
Schwab sent you, um, record the dates that you've sent the credit bureaus the disputes. Hey, I've brought this to their attention. The company cannot locate my account. I'm not able to get any information on this account. However, every time I challenge it with the credit bureaus, they're stating that it is validated or verified, um, without telling me who they verify this information to. Because again, when I go
Hmm.
directly to the original creditor, they can't even find me. So how are they verifying this account? In so many words, you get what I mean. But yeah, I would go straight to the CFPB because you've given them a chance. It's clear that they're not even processing your disputes on that account.
Yeah, because the letter says we are in receipt of your dispute letter. However, we are unable to confirm your personal information or locate your account with the information provided. And then they talk about please contact Les Schwab headquarters to provide additional information, including the reasons for the dispute. I'm like, y'all don't lost your mind.
Hold on, who sent that?
Les Schwab, this is from their
Hmm.
headquarters.
Hmm. So what? I don't get
So,
what they want you to do.
oh girl, nothing. Because I did everything. Like,
Right. Because what do you mean you
because
can't
when
find?
I
You can't
did,
find.
yeah, girl, I was like, wait a minute. I sent when I did the direct dispute to them to just let everybody know who's listening. Direct dispute to the creditors actually do work.
I tell them. I be trying to tell them. Trust me,
Listen,
they do. Because
and
that's
then that,
they look scared. They like, oh, yeah. You just got to get those 4 rounds in first, just for legal reasons. And if you ever want to go to the CFPB, you got to show that you went to the credit bureaus first. So yeah, tell them though. It definitely works for
yeah,
sure.
it do, but I'm just like, dang, can y'all delete it now, credit bureaus?
Right.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
But my
You can also send them. Let me go to the letter. So you can just to if you want to kind of like put just a little more pressure on them. Where is it? Right here. You can send them this letter. Hold on. This is the intent to sue FCRA. So you can send the credit bureaus this letter as well. This is in the advanced dispute kit that's in the Credit Academy group. You can send
okay,
them this and still file a CFPB report as well.
yeah, I'm gonna do that too because it's getting ridiculous. I've been spending. Thank God, stamps went up. Shoot,
They
I don't got no
have,
money
I
like
know,
that.
they really have, and then also just the time. Like, please quit wasting my time. Like, I hate that. So yeah, I
For
would definitely
real.
pressure on them, and hopefully usually when they get the intent to sue letters and they know you have a valid reason, they can play a little nicer.
And then I'm having the same issue with Target. Like
What?
all the other credit bureaus, except they was reporting inaccurate information. So across the
Credit
bureaus.
card?
So yes,
Hmm.
yes. So I sent in, all my stuff to show,
Hmm.
okay, y'all reporting inaccurate. I did factual disputes.
Hmm.
Well, Equifax is the only one that did not delete it. So Experian and TransUnion both deleted it.
Okay.
So
Okay. So,
now I even did won't y'all go ahead and follow through, follow suit. I've been
yeah,
doing everything. It's not
yeah.
working. And they still reporting inaccurate information because and it's a charge off, but it's reporting a balance.
So
And
charge offs can
then
report a balance, collections can't.
mm, okay.
Yeah,
Cause
because
see, I'm looking at it and it's reporting it's like 30, 60, 90, 90, 90, 90. Then like 7 or 8 months, no data. Then it'll come back, charge off.
yeah. So some depending on how long the company took to actually charge off the account, because there's no set time limit, but the average time limit is 6 months. So there's no set window. That
Mhm.
doesn't mean they have to charge it off within 6 months. They just typically do. The only time a charge off can't report a balance is if they sold it to a collection agency. Do you have a collection for that account?
No, it's with the original creditor.
Okay. So it was something that I was going to show you, but I didn't forgot what I was about to pull up. So you said Target. What'd you say about that? You said you have challenged them, right? And then they're only still
Yes.
on Equifax, correct?
Yes. Only still on Equifax.
You said that they're reporting incorrect information, right? I think you said that.
Yes. Yeah, they
So
were
in
reporting incorrect information across all the bureaus.
okay, let me see. Well, so being that the other bureaus deleted it, then
Hmm.
you can't. So they'll just say like it's not reporting on TransUnion or Experian. However, hold on. Let me find the letter that I'm trying to show you. What is the title? I think it's. Oh, you were saying something about the payment history. Has the date of last activity changed at all?
You know what? Yes, it has. And
Mhm.
that's why I'm like, how y'all go have my little dollar date change and I ain't even made no payments to y'all in years. Like, what are y'all talking about? And yeah, that and I'm admit it is mine, but it's so
Yeah,
old.
that's I tell people all the time. The account being yours has means nothing if they can't like validate the account. That's not the only thing they have to validate that it belongs to you. They have to validate everything else that they're reporting on the account. So that means that's neither here nor
Exactly.
there. You know what I mean? But this is a letter that you could possibly send
Okay, let
for
me
the payment history,
screenshot
being
this.
that it was inconsistent or it was wrong. This is in the charge
Hmm.
off kit in the group too. If you just want to go download it and plug and play. Um, this is one that I would probably send on the Target account as well, or not as
Okay, so I
well.
send this
Yeah.
to the bureau.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I will send that.
Okay. Yes,
Um,
I sure am because like I said, it's getting ridiculous now. And then let me ask you this.
mhm.
So because it's a closed account, do closed accounts that are charge offs with charge off closed accounts, do that hurt your credit score?
The yeah. Well, any account that has been charged off is a derogatory account, a key derogatory. So yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. So it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, because
Like
this.
a charge off is a charge off. So the account had to
Hmm.
close prior to it being charged off. So the closed part doesn't is not what's hurting it. It's the charge off, the charged off part.
Okay, yeah, because this I think it is reporting because they saying I got a lot of derogatory accounts. I'm like, hold on, I don't have that many.
How many do you have?
Hold, don't give
Including
me
like if
mine.
you have to count like charge offs and collections.
I don't have any collections,
Okay,
and
so
the only charge thanks to you, thank you so much. The kids do work. I want everybody to know, like for real. Um, but I don't have any charge offs, and the only two, I mean collections. The only two charge offs I have is Target, which is only reporting on Equifax, and
okay.
then Lay Schwab, which is reporting on Equifax and Experian.
Do you have late payments on other accounts?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so when you pull
But
it up, when you
on
pull the accounts
yeah,
on
I pulled it up.
well, no, I mean like so you said how they say you have a lot of derogatory accounts on credit monitoring
Hmm.
sites. If you have a late payment on the account, they'll say like it's a derogatory. So
Okay.
that may be what they're referring to, especially if you have 60 plus or 90 plus specifically.
Okay, you talking about like 60 plus days or 90 plus days?
Yeah, yeah. Those
Okay.
they'll just say like this account is derogatory or whatever. Doesn't mean like your credit report will be better without that account. No, they'll just any account that includes any derogatory information, they're going to say, hey, you have X amount of derogatory accounts.
But it's been how many years do late payments count towards your, being like derogatory on your credit report? Because it's
Um,
been like 3 or 4 years since I even had like a late payment with the exception of these closed charge offs that's reporting every month.
so they'll count for up to 7 years.
Okay.
The older they are, the less impact that they have, and the less they'll impact your score less, the more credit that you've built since. So how many open accounts do you have?
Um, each bureau is reporting differently, but I
Mhm.
want to say average I have 20 open accounts across all three bureaus.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. So those late payments, so basically I always tell people it takes 11 on-time payments to balance out one late payment. So if you
Hmm.
have 11 on-time payments for every one late payment you have, in terms of your score, the damage pretty much balances out. Like that's how it kind of goes. It take 11 on-time payments to undo the impact of one late payment. So the older they get, the less impact they have, but they'll of course still be there. Like you'll still be able to see them, but the less they'll mean to your score as well as your credit, your borrowing power, the more on-time payments you've added since. So they're 4 years old. I wouldn't even let those allow me to lose sleep. I would just focus on like your current accounts and also these charge-offs and your
Yeah, and
utilization.
that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Like my utilization is
Mhm.
43%, and I'm trying to get that down.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, getting
but
that down. Like Oh, what you
Yeah,
saying?
and what's helping me is like I've been getting, well, I'm trying not to apply for, cards, but
Mhm.
the last three I got have been high limits. I'm talking like 20K limits on like the last three. So that's what's helping me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so I put them in my Lord have mercy, safe place. So
Yeah, that'll definitely help your utilization. I will say 43%. Of course, lowering that to under 10% is always going to be advised and the best. And you could see probably over 60-point difference, even more, depending on your profile, just reducing that to under 10%. So whenever you can, that's something that'll always be, will always give you points. So if you ever need to increase your credit score because you're trying to apply for something or anything, you get your utilization down to under 10% before you apply, and you will see an increase in your score.
okay. And would you recommend like the snowball effect, paying my lowest ones off first, then work on the higher ones,
Yes.
or
Oh my, I got caught. So I do like the snowball effect. The only thing that I kind of say before that is if you have any cars over 48%, I would get those to under 48% first, because anything that's over 48 is going to read as maxed out on your credit report in terms of the damage that it does. So my
Mhm.
first step is always bringing any card to under 48%. I don't care if it's 49%. Literally bringing it down to 48% and getting it under that threshold will eliminate the maxed out penalty that you have on your credit profile. Um, so then after all of your cards are under 48, then I like the snowball effect. Just pay down the lowest, just pay them off, the lowest to the highest. But yeah, as long as none of them are
Ooh,
over 48.
ooh, thank you, thank
Because
you.
when you're applying for credit, like especially like credit cards, cars, especially houses, um, what we can't see as consumers on our credit report is anything over 48%. Like you literally have the maxed out penalty. So when you're applying and they're pulling your credit, that 48% or 49% is looking like your card is maxed out. So you're being penalized for it, even though your card is not technically maxed out, but over that 49% threshold, it's maxed out in terms of lenders. So get all your cards under 48, and then I like the snowball effect.
Okay, yep, I'm about to do that right now. Well, not right
Yes,
now, but yeah.
I get what
Oh,
you're
thank
saying.
you so much. That's
You
all
welcome.
I have. Thank you so much. And you need to come to Seattle, Washington,
I do need
because
to
I
come to
seen you in
Seattle. I have
Dallas.
never been there. You know
You
that?
do.
I've never been there, and I do need to come.
Listen,
I really do.
yeah, yes, come before it get too cold out here. Because I was kind of Dallas about you. I mean, jealous about you being in Dallas.
I am gonna go other places. I will say that I am. Like we've been getting a lot of interest on like going other places, and I kicked it. So I'm like, yeah, I definitely gotta go on the road with this. But yeah, Seattle, I gotta ask Seattle. I've never been. I've never been. You gotta show me a
Yes,
good time out there.
I will. You come out here, I got you. But thank you
Okay.
so much. I know it's other people that have
Cool.
questions. So
All
thank
right,
you
no, you
so
have
much
a
again.
great night, and we'll talk
Thank
later.
you. Yes, ma'am.
All right, James, are you ready? Oops. Okay. Well, it has some people 3 times. So I'm gonna look confused. Hold on, James. I'm finna click on you. I just gotta. All right. Hey, James.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So I had a couple questions.
Uh huh.
Some of it's about Accredited Academy, so like when it updates and so I've last this last round I waited until my credit actually updated on Credit Academy before I generated the letters, so they could be back on track.
Hmm.
So when I'm getting my letters and should I be like sending out my letters after my credit update so that way like it's more accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will say that. Yeah.
So with that, like I haven't been getting any responses from the credit bureaus whatsoever. I
How
got
many rounds have you done?
this will be my I'm pretty sure this one after 9 days it'll be time for round four.
Okay. And when do you recall the last time you received a response?
So I got this so the other thing too, so I live an hour away from my parents.
Uh huh.
So all my mail still goes to their house because everything is tied to them.
Hmm.
So I got a letter of first class mail from Experian from a 9/6 report, basically saying that we received a recent request.
Like September 6th?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's basically was saying like it doesn't appear that it was sent directly by me or authorized by me.
The stall tactic. Okay. Um, they do that when they want to stall you.
Okay.
So you can either send them another copy of your ID and your whatever, or they should have put a number on there. Did they put a number on there?
They did put a phone number on here.
Okay, so basically what you need to do is call them and say, "Hey, it was me. I was sending that letter on my own behalf. Please process my investigation."
Okay.
They're gonna try to say, "Well, just dispute over the phone." No, thank you. Please process my investigation per the letter that I sent. All you have to do is just basically confirm that it was you that sent it. That's a stall tactic, and they will send it periodically. Like this probably won't be the first or last time they send it to you, but just be very stern when you call. Hey, no, process my investigation, process my disputes based on the letter that I sent. I don't want to. I do not want to dispute over the phone. Use the letter that I sent, and that's it.
And just let them know that it was me.
Yep, you just got to confirm that it was you. Like, hey, this was me. I was sending it on my own behalf.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have the USP like monitoring service set up because
Uh-huh.
I don't go to my parents' house all the time, and
Yeah.
this is the first letter I'm pretty sure I've gotten from them in response to anything from since I started disputing.
So basically, what it sounds like is all your other rounds they were like ignoring it, and then they finally responded with that stall tactic.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see when so on Credit Academy has it shown anything in you delete has it shown anything?
So I got a charge. It was something was deleted. So it was
Somebody is processing some, because the reason why I'm asking is I noticed that now they're not good with sending the responses like they used to. Like people will go rounds and get items deleted, and they'll even print out their official credit reports and see that the item no longer is there, but like they've never gotten a response from the bureaus. I've been noticing an uptick in that. So I'm wondering if they have processed your prior disputes and they just didn't send you that last letter, like
what would they send? They would send a letter like, "Hey, this was removed from your." It would be report, or would it be a credit report, or would it be an actual letter like, "Hey, this item was removed off your account"?
So during the pandemic, they stopped having to send the report in conclusion to a dispute. They technically only have to send you the results of it, basically. So they don't have to technically send you your credit report unless you request it now.
And I'm
But
like,
you can get your credit report for free. So if at any point you want to see an updated copy, of course, go to annualcreditreport.com and it's free. So you can always do that.
I think I did it in January though, because I started this program back in January.
Okay, so then I would definitely do it. I would say print it out, like to look at your credit report to see, just to make sure the items were removed and all of that. I would print it out again if I were you.
Oh, so I can just go to annual credit reporting and print it out, because last time they didn't even verify me, so they had to send it to me in the mail, and it took forever.
Oh, so I wonder if they'll be able to verify you now, because I know if you get the questions wrong and whatever, they won't allow you to do it. But I would try to do it again. But even if they do have to send it to you in the mail, at least you still have your official credit report.
I think the problem is my dad's name. Me and my dad have the same exact name. He's junior and I'm third.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
So like,
yeah.
Verify anything. Like whenever I want to pull anything from IRS, it never verifies me because I think it thinks it's my dad.
You know why? Have you pulled your LexisNexis?
I have not pulled my LexisNexis.
I guarantee you, if you pull your LexisNexis, a lot of your dad information is on your LexisNexis report. That happens so much with juniors and seniors. So much, and it's usually because LexisNexis, the personal information that they have, is mixed and merged. I will pull your LexisNexis and clean that.
Because he has me as an authorized user on. I don't know if you know the old Apple Card before.
Oh yeah, the
card.
Barclays, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Authorized user on that card, basically. But they pay that. It's reporting. First there's a zero balance, and then like my mom makes one payment to do something on it, and then he co-signs on my student loans and on my car note too. So like we're on
y'all are intertwined on. So yeah, I guarantee y'all entire like files are mixed and merged.
So would I have to dispute with LexisNexis then to get it cleared up?
It's technically a dispute, but it's more so just like a letter saying, hey, you'll have to send like your ID. Hey, this is an issue that they face every day, so it's not foreign to them. But just bring it to their attention. Hey, I'm a junior. You have information that belongs to my father that's on my report, and it's causing misinformation to be on my credit reports, and also making it harder for me to verify my identity in multiple situations. So just something along those lines. Again, it's not anything that is foreign because this happens so often with juniors and seniors.
Okay.
Yeah, I guarantee you. That's why, like in all, like when you are talking to a company and they verify, they have questions, they pull them from LexisNexis. So not even just the credit bureau. So like, let's say you're getting a car, I don't know, any random company, if they give you questions, they're pulling it from the information that LexisNexis has. So yeah, you're gonna have to pull your LexisNexis report. And I would suggest your dad pull his as well.
Okay, I'll actually I'll call him.
You probably, yeah, I would suggest that because yeah, I know y'all's are mixed and merged, and then y'all share an address. Oh yeah, y'all.
That's why my mom yells about it all the time.
Yeah, y'all are probably all mixed up for sure.
That's why I didn't do a change. When I moved for after college. That's why I didn't do a change of address because I knew I wanted to dispute some stuff, but I also knew like some stuff is tied together somehow.
Yeah, and that's it's the culprit is usually LexisNexis.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then I guess like this kind of goes along with what we were talking about.
Uh-huh.
So I use Credit Karma as my credit monitoring app just to like see my everyday changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just gotta notice that 3 of my collections were closed,
Mhm.
but one of them reported that the balance also increased on it as well.
Are these accounts that's under investigation right now?
Yes, I've been disputing them.
Okay, so a lot of times with Credit Karma, while you're under investigation, they'll send you all these alerts. Like the number one is usually the collection is closed or the dates were changed. And usually those are not accurate.
Okay.
So, and I'm not saying that I don't know, but usually they are not accurate, especially if your account is under investigation. They will just send you all those updates. I would wait until after this round is updated, or even you can just pull your official credit report to ensure to make sure that whatever Credit Karma is reporting is not actually on your credit report.
Okay.
That's like the sure way to tell. Like, yeah, they just reported something.
It says next reported update is in 9 days. And I figure that's why I think it's time to do my next letter. I'll pull it all at that time.
Yeah, pull it all because then you'll know you'll have a fresh report.
Is there a better credit monitoring app? I know sometimes you talk about you don't really use Credit Karma. I try to I know you can really check your credit every day anyway, but like to have this to see like where I'm at a point.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong, I still have Credit Karma on my phone because it does just let you know what's going on. Like if somebody pulling your credit, at least they'll let you know. So it's not bad to have.
Okay.
It's just, of course, it's not like your FICO information. You can, of course, go get my favorite like daily one is like Experian app because it's FICO. And if you're shopping for a home, I use my FICO. Okay. Experian, you'll get your Experian for free, but if you want like TransUnion and Equifax, it's like a monthly charge of like maybe like $20 or so. But still in all, you still get your Experian for free, even if you never want to subscribe to their membership.
Okay.
That's my favorite one though.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any other questions or anything?
I think that was it this week. I've been trying to stay like on it.
Yeah, no, as you should. But yeah, definitely pull your LexisNexis report though, because I'm interested to see how much information is mingled.
I hope my dad's still up. I'm actually about to call him after this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot. But yeah, if you have any other questions, of course, join us back. I'll be here every week. Yeah, and of course in the group. But yeah, you have an amazing rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Jasmine, are you her? Hey, Jasmine.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I got a collection. I sent the debt validation letter.
Okay.
Now they never responded. I did it within the time frame that they give you, but they still put it on my report. And then they end up sending me a bill basically saying it's past due.
Mm-hmm.
Now, today, they finally responded, I guess, to the debt validation, and they sent me just a whole bunch of billing statements. So now I guess
who you disputed?
It's a Synchrony QVC card, and it's with CCS.
Okay, so they sent you a collection notice, right?
Yeah.
You responded within 30 days with the debt validation letter.
Right.
While you were waiting on their response to your debt validation letter, they sent it to the credit bureaus.
Yeah, it's on my credit now.
And when did it land on your credit?
I want to say it posted to my credit last month. I'm
Mm.
not sure what day for sure.
Do you know when you sent the letter?
I literally sent the letter the same day that I got it. I typed it up right after I received it, and
Do
then I
you,
sent it the next day.
okay, do you still happen to have their collection notice?
Mhm.
Um, okay, so that's good. Look on the date, like look at the date on their collection notice to see the date, like when they sent that, because they have to date it. And
Okay.
if you could prove that you sent your validation letter within 30 days of that the dated letter, then you can challenge it based on that. With the
Okay.
credit bureaus, you would have to send the credit bureaus copy of their letter, proof that you sent them the validation letter within 30 days of receiving the collection notice, um, and then request that they delete the account because they did not give you proper time to request validation on the account.
Okay. Is there a specific letter for that for the credit bureaus, or would
Let
I
me.
just?
It's no. It's not even. It's not a specific letter, but
Okay, so I could just type up something basically saying I sent it within the time frame and they
you're in a
didn't.
group, right?
Yeah.
Remind me to. I can write. I can make a letter.
Okay.
But it should just be like two sentences. But if you need the wording, I can just put a status in the group. But remind me though, because you know I'm gonna forget by the time I get off the line.
Okay. Thank
Just
you.
remind me that you need the wording for that. I thought I had one though. I just can't
Okay.
think of it off the top of my head right now. But I know I got a letter for
And you
that.
said send it directly to the credit bureaus.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because I can. I have the letter somewhere, but I just type it up again. It's just real straight to the point though, for sure. But yeah, just remind me though.
Okay. Thank you.
You okay? You have any other questions, concerns, anything?
Oh no, that was it.
All right. Well, you have an amazing night, Jasmine.
Me too.
All right, and Dominique. I think yours not working. Yours won't even let me click on yours, Dominique. Lucinda. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest of the people that are in the chat, and then that'll conclude it for tonight. And then next time, of course, we'll get more. Hey, Lucinda.
Hi there.
How
Happy
you?
to be on. I'm glad you're taking calls tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to ask this question for a while. I've been sort of procrastinating story of my life. However, I want to know how would you approach my particular situation.
Okay.
I have a creditor,
Mm-hmm.
um, Open Sky.
Okay.
No activity on my end since January 2019. They're still reporting charge off every month,
Mm-hmm.
and I've reached out to them by phone and by mail.
Mm-hmm.
The, it's actually with a collection agency, but I guess it's in house or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not even willing to do a pay to delete. It's charged off. It's not a whole lot of money,
Company again?
huh?
What was the company again?
Open Sky.
Scott. Okay.
Open Sky.
I'm following. Okay.
So how should I approach? Because getting it, because it was a while ago when it was done, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, okay, if I get it deleted, then it takes away my credit age. But if I can get
Charged
them
off, right?
to, I'm sorry, what you say?
You said it's charged off, right?
Yeah, it's charged off. It's been charged off a while. It's still reporting every month as a charge off. It has no movement from me since January of 2019.
Okay. So when it comes to credit age, never try to save derogatory credit age, right? So if you can get a derogatory account deleted, like a collection or charge off, it's almost always worth it to take the hit of for credit age because it'll make your credit standing better overall, right? We don't
Okay.
want to save bad credit age essentially. So I wouldn't worry about credit age with a charge off account. Two, so wait, I forgot what I was just gonna say. So you said you've challenged it, right? And
I've
they're
challenged it, and they're not moving with it. So I was thinking maybe I should try to settle with them. It's not a whole lot of money, but at the same time, it's still gonna be on my credit another 7 years if I settle with them. It's only 2 years away, but I'm trying to.
for another 7 years if you settle. Everything is a 7 year reporting time maximum. And that goes from the date of first delinquency, and that date can never change. So regardless of when you paid it, if it was sold to another agency, 7 years goes from the date that it was charged off, the month and year that it was charged off. That ain't gonna change. So
Okay, so I was under the wrong impression that if I made a payment on it, then it'll start the clock over again.
right. So you're referring to you're thinking of statute of limitations, which is just how long they can sue you. If you're paying it, you don't even have to worry about being sued because they don't sue an account that you've already paid for. So yeah,
Okay.
and that's the how long do you know when the account was charged off originally? You said 19.
It was in 19.
Okay, so it's already what we in what's that, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I think it comes off in August of 25 or June of 25.
Okay, yeah. So that date is not gonna change regardless if you pay it or not. Being that it was a credit card, you settling that account will actually help your credit profile. It ain't gonna help it in a major way because it'll still be present and it'll still be a charge off, but it will help it. It'll help your utilization because that's still weighing on your utilization, and it'll also just help your overall standing. So settling charge offs is not bad, and it can actually help you a little bit.
Do you think it's a possibility that I can kind of like finagle them to adjust those COs that has been going on for all these months?
Um, you can try to fight that. The only thing is, being that statute of limitations is not your concern, it's not really gonna it ain't gonna make a difference in terms of your score.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Like your profile. That's
I
only
got you.
come into play like when they're trying to illegally like re-age the account to keep it within the statute of limitations.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
and if you settle it, you don't have to worry about it continuing to update, outside of them saying like, hey, it's paid, settled. After that it should be a dead account. Like you shouldn't see anything.
okay. Okay. On accounts that don't budge,
Mhm.
just go ahead and sell. Just go ahead and pay them off because they
What
don't.
like well it depends. Not that's not I don't want to just blanket say that for all accounts.
Okay.
It does depend. You're referring to a different account other than this one?
No, just this one. That's
Right.
that.
So
Yeah.
well with this one, the battle is because it's with an internal collection agency. And so it's essentially like it's still with the original creditor, meaning like it's gonna be harder to like get it deleted, get it removed. Because they're usually able to validate it. So that's why this one is super difficult. The collection aspect of this one is super difficult for you. So settling it would almost probably be your best case scenario if you can. If not, another great way is to if it's reporting inconsistently, kind of get them on that, like the Metro 2 compliancy of it.
Okay.
That's usually like the only other like good way to like get a deletion for those account types.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that was my only question about that one account. I thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You have a great night.
I do say.
All right. And Josinia. Josinia, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Um, do you hear an echo or something?
No, no, I don't hear it. No, wait, let me talk. No, I hear a
You don't hear
baby.
that?
Oh, no, I hear. Oh, you hear echo?
Oh, you hear my baby?
Yes, I hear I love baby noises. Is that a newborn?
Not necessarily. He's 5 months.
Okay, he's still fresh. It sounds like love babies like. But
Thank you.
no, I don't hear no echo. Do you?
I hear something. I think it might be the TV in the southern room. I'm about to turn it off because I'm like, what is that noise? Sorry.
No, you good. You
All right.
you
Okay. It's
sleep
coming
mom.
from outside. It's coming from outside. I'm sorry. I was just like, what is that noise?
Yeah. No, I'm good though. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, perfect. So, my question is, so I'm basically in the rebuilding stages of my credit.
Mm-hmm.
I have two secured cards
Okay.
and I have a self builder loan,
Okay.
as well as an auto loan,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
and a kickoff, installment as well. And it has helped a lot because I've been making on-time payments with all those accounts, but the credit cards are only maybe 2 or 3 months old. The installment loans are way older because I've had them for like 2+ years.
Mhm.
But my goal is to really get into the mid 600s, and right now my FICO score is 595 with Equifax as of the other day.
Uh-huh.
But what's weighing me down the heaviest is the collections from when I was just wilding out.
Mhm.
So
How recent?
I want to know what I'm sorry.
How
What'd you
like
say?
how fresh are the collections?
Um, I don't know when's the newest one. I don't think I have any
Year, maybe a year
recent.
old.
Maybe I would say at least a year.
Okay. And how many do you have? Like this.
I think it's at least like six.
Okay. Um, have you started? Where are you at in your?
So I did do I bought the collection kit from you, and
Mm,
I did say I send round one,
mm,
and Equifax updated taking off some addresses and some names and stuff. Um, TransUnion did the same thing, and they updated my repo.
mm.
But that was it. I didn't get anything. They didn't really say much at that point, and then I didn't really send round two because I felt like, okay, well, I felt like they had validated everything.
Friend.
So I don't know.
Round one is just. I'm telling you, like you almost should never even expect deletions from round one, and I'll
Mhm.
never take a validation as true validation from just like that's like you have to follow up. You have to. How long ago has it been?
Well, I just heard back from Equifax maybe like around the first of this month.
Oh,
TransUnion, I heard from them maybe like last week or the week before.
oh, okay. So good. You're still so number one. Don't ever get discouraged after round one. Round one is never going to give you the results that you think that you're going to get because they're not even doing like a full investigation most of the times after your round one. So do not let that discourage you or don't let you think like, oh, they just validated. Not after early. Definitely ASAP if you could follow up. Like follow up for sure. Round one means like nothing. It literally means nothing.
Okay. And what do you feel like would be a good game plan for me for the next 6 months, six to 12 months to get towards my goal?
So you're doing great with the profile. Like you have the two credit cards, one short term, one long term. You're doing great with that. Um,
Hmm.
as long as you can, know what your near future your plans are, but try not to open up any other accounts right now. Like allow those accounts to age and report. If I were you, I would be focused on my utilization. I don't know what yours is, but I'm just saying, just focus on getting it under 10% consistently. And then I would be focusing on either challenging these collection accounts or trying to get paid deletes. That's what I would be doing. Because they're like a year or two, whatever, and some change old, they're still considered new, so they're heavily weighing on your score. Do you have any late payments outside of these collections?
No.
Okay, that's great. That's really great. So what that means is every time you get a collection deleted, you, your credit profile is going to get better and better, like better and better, because you don't have anything else weighing it down. On challenging these collections, you have to be consistent with challenging them though. Like make sure you're following up. I know it's going to be frustrating. The credit bureaus are going to aggravate you the entire time. Just already be mentally prepared. Like they're not gonna just immediately just delete everything. They just don't. But you have to consistently follow up. You're building credit, so as your accounts age, you'll still see increase that. Keeping these collections either off or disputing these collections or getting paid to deletes.
Okay. Okay. And my last question is, oh, I'm sorry. My last two questions is one, I've seen a lot of people say that so I have the Navy Federal secured card, and then I have
Uh-huh.
the Capital One Platinum secured. And
Okay.
I've seen some people say like it's mixed reviews. Like some people are like, oh, they'll upgrade it if you keep your utilization down and pay on time and all this stuff. And then some people say, oh, they never do. Do you know like what that's really about?
Navy Federal usually is really good with graduating the cards. Capital One, I found that like even if they don't graduate it, if you request after a certain amount of time and you have, of course, good history with them, request to either upgrade the card to a Quicksilvers or to get a Quicksilvers, they'll usually do it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not usually stuck with those cards forever if you request it. Like sometimes it do take for you to request it as opposed to them just offering.
Gotcha.
Like your history with them is on point. They have no you basically just don't give them a reason to say no. You know what I mean? Like pay, utilization low, use the card. That's a big one. A lot of people miss that. They don't use the card and then they ask for an upgrade or they ask for an increase, and the company is like, well, you don't even use the card. So why are we going to give you more money? So you
Right.
also make sure that you're paying it back.
Right. And my last question is, I saw on I think it was the Experian website
Uh,
that you can purchase all your FICO scores.
yeah.
My question is, if I were to purchase those scores, is that potentially the only scores that's out there? And the only reason why I'm asking is because I noticed when I was buying my car, and like it seems like anytime I was applying for something, my score would range literally like sometimes 100 points, sometimes 50 points. And I know that there's different scoring models, and I know that like different lenders are looking for different things. But
Mhm.
if I buy those scores, is that the only scores, or could it still be different scores that they could pull?
So let me make sure, but I know if you want all your scores, you can go to my FICO. Experian does give you multiple scores though, but let me
It
make
gives you three when I was looking. It gives you the FICO 9, FICO 8, and
mm,
then the
with
the home lender.
right, you're right. So if you want all of them, you can go to my FICO, and that's the source. So you can get all of
Gotcha.
your scores. It is like freaking like 30 month.
Oh
But
wow.
you just kind of want to see. So normally the only time I get my FICO is if I'm actively shopping for a home. That's really the only time I get it. Because other than that, I pretty much just kind of use Experian. But if you like see all of your scores, you can definitely just subscribe to them for even just 1 month and then cancel.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much. That's all the questions I had.
Okay, all right. And you enjoy the rest of your night and
Thank you. You too.
all right. Good night, mama. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Miss Teeny said, will you be able to save this live? Will the Credit Academy be able to pull this later? Yes. So it'll be saved in the group and you can access it on the YouTube. Uh always say go use the card 4 to 5 times. Yeah. So if your limit is under 500, use your card at least 4 times a month, 4 to 5 times a month. If you have between like 600 and let's say like 1500, make sure you try to use it at least 8 to 10 times a month. If your limit is above 1500, try to use it at least 15 times a month. It can be small purchases. It doesn't have to be crazy. Like you can go buy chips. You can purchase gas. You can whatever else we spend our money on. I don't know. Just make sure you're swiping your card and using it if you want credit limit increases. All right. So we have 3 more. Jasmine, how are you?
You did talk to me already, but I did have one
Yeah.
more question that I
I
forgot.
didn't know. Okay.
Um, so I had another collection, and they sent me for validation. They sent me billing statements. Is
Mhm.
that would that be valid? Like,
No.
is it
Who sent it to you?
client services?
Okay, so no, that's not validating the account. That's only validating that you owe them. So you are able to still press forward in terms of dispute if they only sent you a bill. That doesn't account for account validation.
So what would be the next letter to send?
Which one did you send already? Where are you at in the process?
I sent the debt validation letter, and that's when they responded and sent me the
Wait, so
billing statement.
I want to make sure because I'm not getting yours mixed up. So this is not on your credit report yet, right?
No, yeah, I had two different ones, and I forgot because they so close in name. So I had the CCS, and then I forgot about the other one, which is client services. They responded, and
Mhm.
they sent me the billing statements for the
Oh, okay.
card.
And so this one hasn't touched like
No,
has
this one hasn't hit my credit yet.
okay. So you can either send the debt validation follow up
Okay.
or you could try to settle for like 10% of it since it's not already reported. It depends either or, but you can send the debt validation follow up though for sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a nice night. All right. Kenya, have you been up here? I don't know. I can't remember. Hey, Kenya.
Hey Shonda, can you
Oh,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So 1 second.
You good?
I have my headphones on, but I think it hung up. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. You from St. Louis?
Okay. No, I'm from Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Okay. Yeah, I got a country
Yeah.
girl.
Um,
Georgia
so
question.
I'm new to the I'm new to the academy.
Okay.
Um, so I did start back in May. I did send off like 2 rounds, but I don't know if I went out of order because I have like mainly like late payments, and I
Mhm.
believe it was 2 or 3 collections and charge
Okay.
offs. So I really just been trying to clean my report back up from I guess getting rid of the late payments if I can, and I guess disputing the charge offs and collections because on the report it
Oh, you breaking out. Can you still hear me? Can you? Can you? Can you hear me?
yes, can you hear me?
Now I can. It cut off like.
Okay, sorry about that. Just on my report it's showing like charge off slash collection. So my question is, did I dispute? Am I doing it? What order do I need to do it in? I guess that's what I want to know because I've already sent off 2 rounds.
Mhm.
I started in May, and then as far as like the late payments, I've been disputing those basically, and I just had another collection pop up, but two was already on there. So should I just keep disputing
So these collections
or
are from the charge offs or they're outside of the charge offs?
so one of two of them are with debt collectors. One is a medical. The other one is just a store card, a store credit card.
Okay, so the medical collection is with a debt buyer?
It's yes, I think so because I went to Georgia Medical Center, but they don't have it anymore. They told me it's with a debt collector.
Oh, okay, okay. So that one was not from a charge off, right? That's what I'm trying to, I guess, understand. The medical.
Um, the medical one. See, what was confusing me also, like, let me see the okay, so yes, it's showing a collection actually, and it's with Law's Office MBA. Law Offices MBA.
Okay. Okay, so and your question is like basically what order, right? Is that like
Yeah, like should I just keep disputing for the collections
so
and for the late payments or just because I don't know. I think I was seeing a video that you had made and you said like I think you said that you can um send the letters like a is it a goodwill letter as far as the
Mhm.
late payments directly to
That's
the
what I want
creditor.
clarification on. So the late payments, are they on open accounts, like not your charge off?
Yeah, so
Okay.
right, so some of them as far as the late payments are open.
Okay. So yeah, the late payments that are on open accounts, my favorite way is just the goodwill, only because like you challenging those accounts can sometimes and most times make the account close and you don't want that. So you can't have you tried to send the goodwill letter to the company? What companies do you have late payments on, but if you want to disclose that? I think it's breaking up again. Oh, I think it's breaking up again. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I
I
can
can
hear you
hear
now.
you.
Okay.
I'm
What
sorry.
no, you good. I think it's probably like signal because you're driving, but it's fine.
Yes. So it's I have
Kenya, I'm a pull you down for like 3 minutes because it's I can't even make out what you're saying now. I'm gonna pull you down for like 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna go to somebody else, and then by that time, maybe you'll be driving in an area that the signal is better because I can't hear you at all, and I want to answer your question. So I'm gonna come back to you in a few minutes. Hey Lincoln, Kenya, you're still up here, so don't leave out the thing. I'm just gonna give you a chance to get some signal. Lincoln, are you available? Are you here? No, nobody got signal tonight. All right, Lincoln, I'm gonna leave you up here, but I'm gonna come back to you. I'm not sure. Hey Amanda, are you still here?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
So, of course, I'm in the academy,
Mhm.
and I'm starting on my rounds. I know the last time I talked to you, you told me don't do nothing else, pay on time, because I had very high utilization.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
So, of course, life that happened to me. So now I have a charge off, and I'm
Okay.
sick to
On
my
what?
stomach about it. I have
Credit
a charge off with Upstart,
What's that? A credit card or a loan?
just a loan, a personal loan.
Okay,
So I
okay.
sent my first round of letter off. I sent my second round of letter off, and then here comes the repo.
Oh, it was a car. Okay, okay.
So
Now,
I have those two. So I have those two that I'm tracking. I've been sending your letters. Y'all have repaired it. My score has went back up. So I just want to make sure like I'm headed in the right direction with that. But my
okay.
other issue is
Mhm.
now I have one credit card, and we talked about this. And I was supposed to get that utilization down because it was in the high 90% range. And girl, life whipping
I
my
remember your
tail.
picture.
So
I remember, okay, okay. I'm following. I'm tracking now.
so
So
now do I just
you
what
still
should I
have
do?
one credit card, right?
I still have that one credit card, just that one. So I thought about like getting a secured card. I thought about doing a pledge loan. I just like I cannot right now. But
Okay.
so I don't know
What we
whether to
don't
keep
want you
going.
to do is open up another account and then that account goes derogatory. So if you know right now it's just not the time, that's okay. I will
Okay.
prefer that over you getting an account and then that account being like charged off or going into a derogatory status. So
Okay.
right now, what you can do in the meantime, number one, do not allow this last credit card to close. Like as best you can, even if you just gotta pay the minimum.
Okay.
If you don't,
Okay.
if you're in a situation where you can't even worry about your utilization right now, then you'll be able to recover from high utilization. That's not the worst
Okay.
thing that's ever gonna happen. But make sure you pay at least the minimum payment because we don't want more late payments.
Oh,
So
right.
that yes, until you can. Now the second that you can put more towards it, then yeah. But to save right
Okay.
now, don't yeah. I wouldn't even worry about utilization. You can always recover from that. Um the charge off. Is the charge
It
off?
has
Mhm.
go ahead.
No. What were you gonna say?
So I was gonna say they sent me a letter other day and said they sold it to some Johnson company.
Okay, so they just sold it to another company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, something in my throat. So has it went to collections yet, or this is the first agency that's gotten a hold of it?
As far as I know,
Mhm.
they sent me the letter. Oh, it's charged off. This is the first aid that I know that has it. So I don't know whether I call and get on a payment plan to settle it, or keep going through your academy, sending those letters and moving forward like that.
So, if you don't mind answering, around about how much do you owe on this charge off on this repo, whatever?
The charge off 30,000.
Okay, so if I would try to get on the payment arrangement, and the reason why I said it is because they
Okay.
likely going to try to sue you if you just like ignore them because that's high, right? That's a lot.
Uh
So
huh.
I wouldn't ignore it because all that's going to happen is like you'll end up like potentially getting garnished. If you set up a
Okay.
arrangement with them and don't tell them what you can afford. If hey, whatever you can afford, they'll more willing to take that than you just like
Okay.
ignoring them. I would
Okay.
give them the arrangement with them because even if let's say best case scenario, the account gets removed from your credit report, it's still not going to prevent you from like you still will have to deal with that. Like they'll still likely try to sue you, and you'll have to still deal with it in real life. So I would
Okay.
have an arrangement for sure for
So
that.
I'll call them and do that
Hmm.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I would set a
Tomorrow.
payment arrangement
And
for that.
shit. So, and with the repo, they was just like, we're gonna sell it to a third. Cause I was gonna try to get it back, but I'm just tired. I'm tired.
I,
And so they was like, we're gonna sell it privately. So should I
Mhm.
call and make a payment plan for that as well?
Yeah, I mean, you know, so whenever they sell the vehicle, they have whatever they sell it for, they have to take it away from the balance. So when they do sell it, your balance should reduce.
Okay, and I haven't heard nothing since then. So should I call them or wait till they reach back out?
If I don't, you almost is. I almost want to tell you to wait till they sell it so you can have the balance reduced. And it's not
Okay.
like they're going. I don't think, and you know, of course, I'm not in a term. I'm not saying that this is not possible. I want to make that clear. I don't think that they're going to pursue you within the next 30 days. It doesn't typically happen that fast. Um,
Right.
so I would wait until after they sell it. Just
Okay.
so, you know, maybe the balance, maybe they sell it for 10. I don't know how much the car is worth, or maybe they sell it for 10K, whatever. At least now that's reduced from the balance that you owe them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then now you can make payment arrangements on the remaining balance as opposed to the full amount.
Okay. Okay. So I'll do that, and
Mhm.
then I'll get with Upstart and see, just get on the payment plan with that and
Yeah.
go from there.
Yes, I would
And
suggest.
then just get that dang on car down. Lord have mercy.
Yes. But you know, like I
When
said,
it hit you.
don't. I was gonna say that because one thing about it, this everything is hot right now. So I get it. Like for real. Like I understand that, and it's just not always gonna pan out how it's supposed to. And the rates right now, everything is so expensive. So don't beat yourself up about it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I know how I be on here. Like get your
Right.
utilization down. Da 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 da. At the end of the day, I'm in the real world as well. So I get it. Like we always can't do it right now. You always can't reduce your utilization, but if you can focus on not getting late payments and just paying your minimum, sometimes that's just gonna have to be good enough. You know what I mean? And don't you?
Yeah.
There's no point in beating yourself up about it. Life is real for all of us right now.
Woo.
I get it. You know what I mean?
And
So
I
don't
was
beat yourself
doing
up about that. Don't at all.
right.
Oh, you breaking up. Oh, you breaking up again, Amanda.
Life hit me, and can you
I
hear
heard.
me?
Yeah, now.
Yeah. So I was headed in the right direction. I was good. You was like, all right, keep them payments on time. Life
Mm-hmm.
hit me, and here we are. But
And
I'm
I
in
get.
the academy. I do dispute my letters. I need to. I follow the suggested comments and everything. So I'll keep it. I'll keep moving forward with it.
Keep moving forward because that's all you can do. Like really, that's all you can do. Like for real. Because I know how we beat ourselves up, especially when it comes to like our credit and
Whew.
finance and stuff. I get it. Trust me, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
so hard on myself when it comes to it. But at the end of the day, everything is going crazy right now in this country. So you know what
Yes.
I mean? Like it's just like at some point, we got to give ourselves a little bit of grace and move forward without allowing the past to continue to weigh on us. Move forward. That's all you can do. It's not the end
Absolutely.
of the
That's
world.
all I'm trying to do.
6 months from now, you're gonna look back and be like, "Man, I remember I was so beat up and stressed about it, and now look." Don't stress about it.
Yep.
All you do is continue to truck forward. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all I'm working on currently.
Hmm.
Um, and I think I'm gonna go from there. I think that's all I got tonight.
And then when you can, when you know you're like super comfortable with it, get a secure card. It could be it's $200 secure card. The limit doesn't matter. It's more so just having those
Okay.
two primary trade lines on there, two primary credit cards. When you can, no
Okay.
rush, but when you
And
can.
what do you think about the pledge loan? Wait for
Do you
that
have
as
any
well.
other short-term installments?
No.
So that would be good, especially because you have had an installment default. Um, that would be good, you know. So getting
Okay.
like yourself for a kickoff, yeah, that definitely would help as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yep, that would definitely help.
All right. I think that's all I got for tonight. Thank you. And I will
You have an amazing,
look.
blessing.
I'm gonna be in touch. I'm gonna be
Yep,
in touch.
exactly. I want to keep up with it though. Just let me, you know, every once in a while, if you want to, just come and let me know how it's going, how this repo going,
Yes.
whatever the case may be.
Yes, because I'm gonna have questions, even though I'm like, okay, just stay the course.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have answers every time. You know, I don't care about how many questions I ask. That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna have the answers. But yes, you have a blessed
Yes.
night. Okay,
You too. Thank you. Bye bye.
welcome, Kenya. Your device that is not connected. Oh, I think. Okay, now. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna try to bring you up, Kenya, because it's connected now. Can you hear me? Can you?
Hey, yes.
Okay,
You
I
can
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'll try to make it quick because I'm in mountains. But
Oh, yeah.
so yes, so with the late payments, some of the accounts are open.
Okay.
And that does include the auto loan.
Mm-hmm.
with Capital One, and
Mm-hmm.
then some of them are actually closed. So
And
should I just
those
dis
are charged off, right? Or just closed?
the closed ones are the credit cards, a couple of credit cards that closed.
Okay, and they're not charged off, they're just closed.
No, right, right.
Okay. So for the open accounts, I like Goodwill. Going straight
Okay,
to the creditor, asking them to, update the late payment, etc. Going the Goodwill method. I like that. For the accounts, the
okay.
credit accounts that include late payments, do you still owe a balance on those accounts?
Yes, and I'm actually still paying them down.
Okay. So Goodwills don't typically work for accounts that you still owe a balance. Now, when you are done paying the balance, I have seen people ask for a goodwill after the balance has been satisfied, and then the company was
Okay.
willing to do so. But typically, while you still owe them, they're usually not willing to change like a late payment.
Okay, so basically kind of wait it out, but
Wait
just
on
pay it
to
down to zero.
right, exactly. Yep. Because they
Okay.
typically not
And
going to give you a goodwill if you still like have an outstanding balance.
okay. So just send a goodwill letter to the open accounts with the late payments and not the dispute rounds at this point. And
Right.
then my next question would be back to the collections and charge offs because it's showing both. So I don't know which one it is, to be honest.
So it could
Maybe
be
it,
an account could be charged off and then sold to a collection agency.
okay, so basically that's what is showing. So I'm assuming since you said that, that's what the case is. So
Yeah.
one of them is a medical, and it's for like $18,819.
You
Um,
said 18,000 or 1,800.
1,800.
Okay. Okay. Have you tried the HIPAA letters with with that medical collection?
I haven't, so
You
I
try the
need
HIPAA
to do
letter.
that.
It should be in a group file. Let me see. You can keep asking your question though while I pull it up if you.
Okay. The other collection is with a store card, rooms to go, Synchrony Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's reporting on all three credit bureaus.
Uh-huh.
One of them is showing a different account balance, but the other
Mhm.
two are the same account balance. So how would I dispute that one? It's a collection.
You said hold on. You said synchrony and wait. What about the balance? Can you repeat the balance part?
Yeah, so TransUnion and I think Equifax is 18 is showing a balance of, I want to say, is it about 1,800 too? And
Is this
then
for medical or a different one?
this a different one. This the
Okay.
store revolving card.
Okay.
And then on Experian, it's showing like 800 and some dollars.
Oh, okay. So it's inconsistent. Okay. So
Mhm.
I don't. If you're in a group, you can download this, but I just wanted to show you the HIPAA in case you need to just screenshot or whatever. Um,
Okay.
but for the and oh, hold on, child. I got too many tabs up. Hold on. So that's part. This is part one. This is one that goes to
Okay.
the collection, the credit bureau. I'm sorry, and then here is part two
Okay.
for the medical. And here's the follow up. Okay.
Okay.
Then and then the other situation. What letter? What letter was that? I didn't just got. Oh, the inconsistent balance, right? Inconsistent payment history.
Right.
Okay, let me pull up that letter. This is in the letter that I'm about to pull up is in the advanced collection kit that's in the group file, so you can download it. But I'm finna pull it up. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let me go down to it. Is this it?
I also have another collection on that I just thought about. It's with like Money Lion, and
Um,
it's been on my report for a
right?
long time. Hmm.
It's that's a loan.
Yeah, so it was, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while, and it's only showing I owe $98, but um, I think it was like a credit, like help you build your credit as well as like a loan, a small loan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So should I just pay the $98? since it's a collection and they won't remove it because I've actually paid to have my credit fixed in the past before and
Hmm.
they just won't budge. They removed it off the other credit reports, but it's still on this one credit report that it will not remove.
Oh, and how long? How old is this?
Um I'm trying to I know it's
It didn't cut you out again, girl. Oh, let me make it smaller. Can you? I don't know if you can hear me. I can't hear you, but if you can hear me, this is the letter for the one that's inconsistently reported. Let me make. I don't know if y'all can. Can y'all see this whole thing? Is that too small?
um
Okay, now I can hear you.
let me see.
Can you see the entire?
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So this is the one for the inconsistent reporting. You could download this directly from the group, so you could just fill in your information, or you can, just screenshot it or whatever.
Okay.
This is the one that I was sent for the one that's inconsistently reporting across the credit bureaus.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's the one that I was seeing. Let's see. Yeah,
Okay.
and then for
And
the
I got one question. The letters like they are in red. So do I leave them in like do I type in the information in red or can I change it to black?
so the reason
I
why
don't
it's
know.
red is because that's what you need to change. Like that's what you need to plug in the information,
Okay.
and then you could change it. Like when you plug in your
Okay.
information,
Okay.
that's just red to get your attention, like to know, hey, you fill in this information. But yeah, you don't have to leave it red at
Okay,
all.
got it.
Yeah. So all the
Okay.
red word, and then also like you see where it says like list any inconsistency, it gives you four. If you only have like maybe one inconsistency, erase the other ones that that you're not using. So that's just kind of like placeholders.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you can
Got
talk
it.
about it.
Okay. And that was okay. And I think that was about it besides the money lion one. Should I just pay the $98 or
Well, the thing is,
um
just paying it is not really going to do anything. Have you
mhm.
tried to challenge it? They ain't budging.
Yeah, and it's from 2019.
See, the thing is with collections under $100, your FICO 8, like that ain't even weighing on you. I mean, your FICO 9, that ain't even
Okay.
an issue. You know what I mean? So it's almost like
Okay.
I can pay them, but it's not really going to make a change in your credit profile. So I mean,
Okay.
put that $100 towards like a credit card or something else that's going to actually help. But you can, I'm not saying not, but
Okay, so one more question. Okay, so
mm,
I was in a timeshare situation, but I actually it was like two separate ones from the same people, Blue Green Vacations. So I
mm,
actually settled one of them, and it
mm,
was with the debt collector, and we signed the paperwork to release me from it, and he told me that they'll remove it off my report in 30 to 60 days, if I remember correctly.
uh-huh.
But then the other one they automatically just closed it. Like I guess canceled me out of it, but it's still
Mhm.
showing on my report. He only picked up that one contract that I
What the hell?
did a settlement with.
Mhm.
Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, yeah, but I don't know what I don't know why all my lights just went off, but it is storming. But I don't know why the computer didn't go off. But keep going. Okay.
Uh, so yeah, so it's now the other contract is still showing up on there. So should
Mhm.
I because they already agreed to remove the first contract that I settled out with.
How long ago was
Um,
this?
this has been like as far as the settlement.
Mhm. Yeah, until when they agreed to remove it. It's
So
can you hear me? Like, am I still? You hear
yes,
me?
I can still hear you.
Okay. If something click off, it's electric because it's lightning really bad. But again, I don't know why I didn't cut off all of it. But keep going. Just
It's
FYI.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's been like almost I want to say going on 30 days since I paid the
Oh,
settlement.
so you have in writing where they say like they're gonna remove it or
Yes, it's in email.
okay, so that's good. So normally changes like that can take up to 60 days. So being that it's within 30 days, like it's still possible that they're gonna remove it from your report. I would say give them at max 60 days before you send that letter to the credit bureaus to show like, hey, they said they was gonna remove this account and they have not removed it. But give them 60 days
Okay.
before you do so because it might be removed within your next like cycle of your credit report.
Okay. And then the other contract I had
Mhm.
with them, they closed it on their own.
Mhm.
So how would I go about trying to remove that one? Because
Mhm.
the settlement was just for the first contract, not the second one.
Oh, because it's two different ones.
Right. They
Um,
girl, they got me, girl.
so why they only choosing to remove one? Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Is it with the same
Mhm.
company?
It is.
That's so strange. Okay, because the thing is, like, it's like you. I don't want you to challenge it until after they remove. It's distracting the hell out of me. Okay, and so after they remove the other one, because I let them remove that one first, and
Okay.
then you can possibly challenge that. You know what though? If it's with the same company, I'm not gonna hold you. I would after that one was removed, I would be sending a letter to the credit bureau like, look, they said they was gonna remove this account and it's not removed.
Okay. Okay.
I would
All
try.
right.
I
So
definitely would try. I'm not gonna lie. I would try that. I would try that.
okay.
It's the same company.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you. That's all I wanted to ask for now. So I'm gonna just keep following suit, and then if I have any more questions, I ask them.
Oh, for sure. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And you have an amazing rest of your night.
Okay. Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is
Bye.
blowing me high, steady going on and off. I just hope. Let me put my phone on a charger, child. See, one thing about Texas, every storm is like, why do I have to lose electric every storm? I don't understand. Like, are we not? And it's not even bad storms. It's like really mellow storms. It's just like a lot of lightning. But it's like every time we have a storm, my electric goes off. Why? Okay, is one more person that I needed to get to. Who was that? Lincoln. Lincoln, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Hi, Shonda. I'm going to keep it short because I know it's late.
Mhm.
This is a bankruptcy question for you. So
Okay.
I purchased your bankruptcy your bankruptcy kit about 2 years ago, and
Okay.
I was able to get the bankruptcy removed from LexisNexis.
Okay.
Um, and then I was working with a debt company to help me with that because I didn't have time to really do it on my own.
Mhm.
Um, and so we were able to get it off of Equifax. So Equifax is clear of the bankruptcy.
Okay.
The conundrum now is that it's still showing on Experian, and I'm getting a runaround with them. So I got the same stall letter that the gentleman got before, like, oh, we can't verify your information, call us. So I
Mhm.
called them, and I actually got multiple of those letters.
Mm.
And I called them, and they pretty much were saying, oh, well, you could do it over the phone. I'm like, I don't want to do it over the phone. They're like, oh, well, you can remail it. And I'm like, well, if I remail you guys a letter, are you going to send me the same letter? They said no. I end up sending it. They end up sending me that same letter. So I called them back. Yeah, exactly. I called them back, and I said, this keeps happening. They're like, oh, we'll just do it with us over the phone. At that point, I was just frustrated. And I said, that's fine. I'll just do it over the phone. So I
Uh-huh.
did it over the phone. And then they sent me a letter saying it's validated. So in my mind, I'm like, well, how is this validated? And it's not even on LexisNexis. So I sent them another letter in the mail, and they sent the same letter, like, we can't verify you, call us. So at that point, I
It's
was
like
like,
you're getting the run around
exactly. So
essentially.
I gave up. So I gave up on them. And
Mhm.
then with TransUnion, I think you already know where this is about to go. With TransUnion, exactly. TransUnion say, oh, well, exactly. It's not us. I reached out to LCI, and I keep disputing with LCI. LCI is like, oh, you need to reach out to TransUnion and reach out to the to Pacer. And so at this point, I'm at a loss with what are my options, if anything, or if it's just like, you just kind of got to wait this one out. I just don't know where to go from here.
So TransUnion, that's going to be the
Tough
pain
one.
in the back because they
Okay.
are with LCI after 2018, and you can't technically challenge LCI. So you can send them like they not investigating or doing anything. So
Right.
that's the one that I'm like, you might have to eat that one for now until they finish this lawsuit that they're currently in based on this. But Equifax, I think you said.
Equifax.
Yeah.
No, Equifax is clear. Experience the one that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh no, they like they would have to they would have to see me because number one, if they're gonna keep giving you the runaround and So number one, I would dispute it with them again,
Okay.
and I would ask them who they're verifying through. If they say LexisNexis, then of course you already deleted it from LexisNexis. But then I would like press that to the CFPB, especially if they're steady stalling you. Like
Mm,
that's what you almost hope that they do again. To be honest, hopefully they stall you again because you already have on record that like you've already called and verified your identity on multiple occasions. They're steady stalling you, so they're not giving you your due process in terms of your investigation that you're rightful like it's your right.
okay.
That's where I'm hoping you can get them at, because then it doesn't matter about necessarily the bankruptcy, but more so it matters about them not doing the investigation, and you could prove that they didn't because they're steady stalling. So I would challenge them again and kind of hope that they do kind of stall you, and then I would just take it straight to the CFPB after they stall you again, after you have already verified your identity and all of that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I will. I'll do that with them. Yeah, I'm honestly just going to be like, you know what, screw it, because my
Yeah.
scores are actually pretty decent. I've done a really, really good job. I'm in like the mid sevens.
Okay.
So, yeah, 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 yeah. Because this is back in 2019, so I was on it since then. So I'm pretty good, and I have really
But you
good.
just hate seeing it. I know, like especially when you got to delete off one bureau, you like the other bureaus just need to follow suit. But I mean, I definitely would press it with Experian just because they're literally just not even doing your investigation, and they don't
Yeah,
have
they're
a
not.
choice. But like it's not their choice to do it. So
Okay.
yeah,
So press it with Experian and just kind of wait it out with TransUnion and see what happens with this
what happened with
lawsuit.
LCI has been going on for 2 years. I've literally been I'm following that
Oh,
case so close. I can't wait. But court cases take forever, especially now. But yeah, like because they get away with being a reporting agency but not having to abide by the FCRA, which
and
no.
that's what they keep saying. I'm like, you have to abide by the rules. It's like, no, we don't. And I'm like, okay.
Exactly. So they're in a big lawsuit right now for that exact reason. But hopefully they deem them as a reporting agency, because it's how they do the same thing as LexisNexis, but they literally just gets to say we're not a reporting agency, even though they are.
They are.
So yeah, I'll
Okay.
I'll be keeping y'all updated on that for sure. But I would press it with Experian. I will say that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll get on that tomorrow. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and you have an amazing night.
You too.
All right. So I think I did get to everyone. Um, all right, so that'll conclude the live for tonight. And let me know y'all opinion. So I want to do who are y'all available at like 10 a.m. Like I'm on Central. I was gonna say Eastern. I'll say 10 to 11 a.m. Like do y'all be active and available and on y'all phones like for a live? Because I be wanting to do like coffee and credit now, but I know a lot of y'all work, so it's like, is that pointless? Are y'all available from like let's say 10, 11-ish a.m. Central Time. So if you Eastern, it's going to be 11, 12 a.m. Yes? Okay. I see one yes. So not me. I work. I know most people are going to be definitely working. Oh, okay. Work. Oh, yeah. I forgot. A lot of people do work from home because I be wanting to go a lot of time, but I'm like, dang, I think everybody at work. So I will start like after 5 p.m. seeing patients. Yeah, I know. I know that's working hours. So, um, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it like maybe tomorrow. And if you can join, come join. If not, it's not a big deal. I just kind of want to start going live earlier as well. You retired? Period. I love that. Love that. Okay, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I know, like I said, that's working hours, but just for not just kind of like the one offs. It doesn't have to be like webinars, but it's just like the one offs. I just be wanting to go live during that time, and I'm just I never know if y'all available or not. And then you can always replay it, of course, but just FYI. So yeah, I'm gonna try it tomorrow to see who's available or who's not. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys have a blessed night. It is storming. If you're in Dallas right now, it's like the sky's falling out. I just see a lot of lightning. That's all I know. And then hopefully I go downstairs. My electric is not off. I'm just praying for that. But yeah, I will talk to you guys. I'm on Central Time, y'all. I'm in Dallas. I'm in Texas. Central Time. So yeah, it's Central. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys have an amazing, blessed night, and peace and blessings.